Never shall innocent blood be shed, yet the blood of the wicked shall flow like a river. The three shall spread their blackened wings and be the vengeful striking hammer of God. You people have been chosen to reveal our existence to the world. You will witness what happens here today, and you will tell of it later. All eyes to the front. You must watch, dear. It'll all be over soon.
Now you will receive us. We do not ask for your poor or your hungry. We do not want your tired and sick.
It is your corrupt we claim.
It is your evil that will be sought by us.
With every breath, we shall hunt them down.
Each day, we will spill their blood till it rains down from the skies.
Do not kill, do not rape, do not steal. These are principles which every man of every faith can embrace.
These are not polite suggestions. These are codes of behavior. And those of you that ignore them will pay the dearest cost.
There are varying degrees of evil. We urge you lesser forms of filth, not to push the bounds and cross over into true corruption, into our domain.
For if you do, one day you will look behind you and you will see we three. And on that day, you will reap it.
And we will send you to whatever God you wish.
And shepherds we shall be, for thee, my Lord, for thee. Power hath descended forth from thy hand. May swiftly carry out thy command. So we shall flow ever forth to thee, and teeming with souls shall it ever be.
In nomine Patri.
Et Filii, Spiritus Sancti.
How far are we going to take this, Star?
The question is not how far. The question is, do you possess the Constitution? The depth of faith to go as far as is needed?
Evening.
Hello.
Good evening.
Oh boy. Are we just some depressed doomers over here? We're just
Yes.
so black
Yes.
pilled.
Yes. Oh. Is that not the right answer?
The whole world just going to hell, man, in a handbasket. Everything's totally screwed up. Man.
Hey, I have
There's
faith
no
in Trump. Trump is going to save us.
He might do some good and some bad. Who knows? Oh no. That's blasphemy to each side.
Yeah, okay.
You guys are
There's
just
her
doomers.
truth. There's her truth, there's his truth, and then there's the truth, right?
What's it?
Yeah.
What's the old saying? There's my side, your side, and the truth. And the truth is
There's the truth. Yeah. That's my view on politics anyway. A lot of
Okay.
us, we have our differences, but we agree on some shit. So, well, that's before the 8 minutes. Dang it. Oh well. Not like we're monetized anyways.
and never will be at the rate we're going.
And we don't want to be.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's the
if they were
the best.
monetized, we would have so many problems because then we'd have to squabble amongst the three of us as to who gets the extra 1%.
Oh, it's too much of a headache.
Because you
It's
know
like
what? You divide it 3 ways. It's 33% times 3. That's only 99%. But somebody has to get that extra 1%.
Or is it a 0.1 or 0.01 or 0.001?
You see how it would go if we got monetized.
Which way are we going to argue about it? Okay.
Or we can just not monetize. It's simpler.
Oh,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. Honestly, this like breaks the boredom in my week, and I can have an intellectual conversation with people around my IQ level and same kind of moral standards. It's really nice.
Well, that's pretty much what Shu just said here. Not enough low IQ drama to qualify for monetization. Shu, you've got a point, brother.
Yeah.
Hey, money corrupts, man. So if you keep money out of it, it kind of helps. Our mission is about the truth, the resurgence of not delusion, but sanity.
Sanity can only be found in the truth.
That's correct. Oh, what are we talking about tonight? We're talking about the red pill, the black pill, some other crap. But is the red pill the black pill? Well, obviously, red is not black. I mean, it's a false identity.
Okay, but Nick, you just gave away the answer. Is the red pill the black pill? No. Okay, stream over. We're done.
Well, the problem is there's actually things where you can say where one thing is another. You can label something as different, but in essence, or they are generally the same despite the name. That is an actual logical possibility. But also, they may share certain characteristics that are the same as well, even though they're two different things.
Another thing that occurs is humans have different belief systems. So I might agree with something that the red pill says and then disagree with another thing it says. Doesn't change the truth of the observations, but that disagreement, I think, is the fundamental crux of the actual issue we're talking about tonight. Is there are people who disagree with. I mean, and they'll even say it. We watched the Jeremy Boring video, and in that video, I don't know if we played the clip, but in that video, he says, "Well, I agree with a lot of what these red pill guys say. I just don't like how they talk about marriage." Okay, so why are you? What's your problem?
Well, there's an example this week. I started watching the stream, but I haven't finished it yet. Tim Gordon, which we have some disagreements with Tim Gordon, a Catholic podcaster. But he did a whole stream on feminization. And I agreed with virtually everything he was saying, except he said the red pill guys got it all wrong. It's patriarchy is the answer, not the red pill. Wait a minute, Tim.
Yeah.
We are red pill because red pill represents truth of human nature and especially female nature. Red pill does not equal pickup artist. Sorry, you're wrong. You can be red pill and recognize truth and still and agree with everything, but don't denigrate the red pill guys because you're putting a label on all of us. You're painting us all with the pickup artist thing. There's
He's
a lot
painting-
And all
patriarchal.
three of us here, by the way, are Christian, patriarchal, and red pill. And we
Yep.
see no disharmony at all in holding those three things.
In fact, we see
No.
quite a bit of harmony.
Actually,
So-
they reinforced one another.
Yes.
So the funny thing is, there is, hey guys, everyone, our listeners, let me tell you, there's a movement happening. The movement is young men and old men. There is a growing, I'll call it a masculinity movement. You're not going to stop it. You can propagandize against it. It's not going to stop, and it's coming into your church, and it's coming in with the young men. You can talk against it all you want, or you can say, "Oh, you shouldn't do that. You should just man up and marry. Oh, you shouldn't be red pill. You should be this. You should be this." Okay, I don't care what you say. You're not going to change. This movement is coming. You better embrace it because it's men asserting and finding their masculinity.
Okay, Steve, back in 2020, I was ordained in the Orthodox Presbyterian Church.
Yeah.
I was not red pill. I was probably like Tim Gordon. And you know what, Tim Gordon, keep going on. I think you're wrong about the red pill, but keep pressing the patriarchy. I won't fight you there. Okay? Keep doing it. All right? In 2020, I know the red pill was around beforehand, but before the red pill, there was the patriarchy. In 2020, I was part of a movement of men when I was ordained in the OPC, and throughout till like 2022, until like my life got zeroed out, and I became the patriarchy red pill. But patriarchy was the big no-no in culture and in the church. And guess what? Patriarchy is now very mainstream. It's the thing. But red pill, it's mainstream too, but in the church, they're like, I'm not sure if I buy this or not. But the pickup artistry crap really throws them for a loop. And I understand that. But don't mistake, we'll talk about this later. Don't mistake the red pill for the PUA, pickup artistry. And there's a reason for that, but we'll get there.
Okay. Steve, you hit on something earlier, but I want to expand on it a little bit.
Okay.
You said the red pill is just the truth. And
Bingo.
frankly, I think we've seen I'll call it pill inflation. We have white pill, purple pill, black pill, now we have the gold pill, which is a whole nother thing to tear into. Okay. We have pills for everything. Big Pharma must be loving us red pill guys. Right. But the beauty of the original term of the red pill is that it was a single term that harkens back to the Matrix in 1999. So it's 26 years old now. And basically it was, you have two choices in life, in all things. You can choose to accept the bitter truth, or you can wake up in bed in peaceful ignorance. And there are no other choices in life. And all these pills that have sprung up are actually an attempt, most of them not, they're not intentional, but they're not an intentional attempt. They have the effect of fracturing the truth. They're a way for people to bucket the truth, these bitter truths, in ways that are comfortable to that person. For the black pillar, of course, the black pillar says, hey, look, I'm just all these truths about women, I can't handle it. I'm just gonna walk away from it all. The purple pill guys, they're like, well, we just, we know there's truth over there, but we just can't let go of, honestly, these are the women are everything people. But women are just so important.
No,
And yeah, the
this
white
actually
pill.
sounds more like PUA. But anyways,
Well, okay. PUAs are probably far more on the purple side of the pill spectra here.
yeah,
But my
Yep.
point is that at the end of the day, the red pill just means listening to and accepting the bitter truth, the hard truth.
Oh.
That's all it means.
Now, let me build on that from a Christian standpoint. All Christians should be familiar with the story of the feeding of the 5,000. That's where, loaves and fishes and dividing them up and feeding everybody. And then Jesus said something like, this is my body. This is my body indeed.
John.
And at the end, I think so. And then what happened? What did the people do? Oh, they didn't like that.
They left him.
A lot of them wandered away. Oh, this is too hard to believe. No, they couldn't go for it. And what did Jesus say to his apostles?
This understanding is difficult.
No, he said,
unless you eat my
leave?
body, unless you partake of my flesh, you will have basically nothing.
Yes. And so are you going to leave too?
Mm.
What did Peter say?
No.
No.
I
Lord,
don't think no.
Lord, where would we go? You have the truth.
Yep.
Something.
He
Okay,
left later, but
I'm a
Jesus
Catholic.
prayed for him.
I'm taking in the essence of that. And okay, Nick couldn't even quote it. He's a Protestant. So you know what? Take in the meaning of the.
I'm
of the
paraphrasing, damn it.
Okay,
Oh,
that's
you too,
fine.
knock it off.
We all paraphrase. Just take in the meaning of the scripture. You know what? The red pill is the truth. Now, to further this, on the cross, Christ is up there. Longes, the Roman guy, thrusts a spear into his heart, through his side, into his heart.
And water and blood flowed
Water and blood. What color is blood? Red.
Red.
Okay, so who were the few people that stood against society and believed what was
Mary.
not popular?
Mary,
No, it
Mary,
was
and the beloved disciple.
okay. Yeah, I'm just talking about the Christians
Mary,
believed
Mary, and the
in
beloved
the
disciple.
truth. Yeah, okay. They were
Everybody
the
else forsook him
people
at the
there.
time. Yeah.
But the truth. Okay. And then after that, Christianity grew. The red pill. The truth prevailed against, well, the Romans were against them. Certainly the Sanhedrin and the Pharisees were against it. And the truth could not be subdued. And it just grew and grew. That's the kernel of truth spread. The red pill, the nature of men. Well, we always think it's all about the women. No, it's about the women and the men. It's the nature of man and women, how they react to each other, and how we can get along,
But
how we
Steve,
can find a spouse, all that. This is the Bible. This is Christianity. This is the new truth that we need to recover, and it's growing.
but Steve, the pastor's asking you, why can we know the nature of man but not the nature of woman? Why is the nature of man despised and disparaged while women are shown to be angels?
It's because Adam was created first. God made some mistakes. And then he
Oh,
created woman and he figured out how to perfect it at that point. So that's why women are better than men.
and that's actually really great. We should actually, Elena, take that and make a short that's hilarious. No, that was good.
So all of that is in our usual long-winded, dry way to say the red pill is the truth. All other pills, therefore, are some variation of the truth. Does the black pill hold some truth for some people? Well, of course it does. And you can even point to the Bible. I believe it was the Apostle Paul, and his say, if you're talking about marriage, well, if he says it in the form of, if you,
It's better that you not marry.
it's better that you
Hold
not marry,
on.
right?
I might have that available.
Uh-oh. Okay, so
Oh, but it also talks about duties with that the husband and wife owe each other, which is not apparently correct either.
Okay, so is
Oh,
St. Paul
KJV/AV.
is St. Paul a black pillar? Okay, First
No,
Corinthians 7.
he's just a truth guy.
Now let me read this. Now concerning the things whereof ye wrote unto me, it is good for a man not to touch a woman. Nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife, and let every woman have her own husband. Let the husband render unto the wife due benevolence, and likewise also the wife unto the husband. The wife hath not
But
power of her own body.
no, Steve, that's illegal.
Yes, but the wife hath not power of her own body, Nick, but the husband. And likewise
But the
also the
government says
husband hath
different.
not power of his own body, but the wife. Well, okay, the wife has no problem with that second part. She likes to control her husband.
yeah, they have a
She won't
problem
let
with the
herself
first
be
part.
Wait. I love this. Defraud ye not one the other, except it be with consent for a time, that ye may give yourselves to fasting and prayer. Nick,
No, look, he's
Did
only
your-
talking about the Corinthians in a specific time and place. This is not to apply to everyone everywhere, Todd Friel.
oh, Nick, come on now. Did your ex-wife defraud you?
Fuck yeah, she did.
So did my ex.
Hey,
Like from the
yeah, and
fucking
mine.
beginning. Yeah. Yeah.
I want to.
Did I ever defraud her? Hell no. Hell no.
Okay. Let's start 6. But I speak this by permission, not of commandment. For I would that all men were even as myself, but every man hath his proper gift of God, one after this and another after that. I say therefore to the married, unmarried, and widows, it is good for them if they abide even as I. But if they cannot contain, let them marry, for it is better to marry than burn. And unto the married I command. Oh, wait, let me start this again. But unto the married I command, yet not I, but the Lord. So St. Paul is saying, yeah, it's really not me. It's God the Lord. Jesus Christ commands, let not the wife depart from her husband. That's a command
But
from
at the
God.
same time,
Now,
no.
do 80%
The
of the women
command,
who
the command, all of this is actually inspired by God. He's speaking wisdom versus previously revealed revelation. If that makes
Well,
sense.
well, I personally found verse 6 very interesting. Steve,
So all this is
Oh.
inspired.
but I
Okay.
speak this by permission and not of commandment.
Exactly.
I think that is a key verse in this whole thing that everybody misses. Because one of the primary reasons that the red pill gets called the black pill is because the red pill advocates against marriage.
They're being
Okay.
like the Apostle Paul. They know the risks and benefits. Of course, it's way worse in our day than it was in the Apostle Paul's day.
Yes.
Way, way, way worse.
Yes. But
way worse.
because read it in context with the next sentence. But I speak of this by permission and not of commandment. For I would that all men were even as I myself.
That's his wish.
Right. Now and then he goes on, basically the rest of it is, but I recognize that
But
not all men can be. And so here is what to do if you cannot be. Okay.
mhm,
If you cannot be like the Apostle Paul, then you are to be like this. It's an if then construct. Okay. But the primary case is actually to be like Apostle Paul. Okay.
that's
So
the greatest case possible. I'm not saying it's the reality, but it's the greatest case
yes,
possible for the kingdom of God.
right. So all of these Christians running around saying that marriage is a commandment from God. Is it?
If you can't contain yourself, sure. But
Yes.
even then, are you going to marry a fucking prostitute? You
Hosea
have to
has
have wisdom. You still have to have wisdom. You still have to have a fucking mind.
right. Hosea would have an answer for Nick that would not be very palatable to the modern Christian worldview. Okay, but this is
Yeah.
I think verse 6 is the key phrase that the church is really grinding its gears on. Marriage is not a commandment.
It's not.
It's an escape hatch for the majority of men who cannot contain.
And that is actually the normative case. And I think marriage should be normative.
Yes.
However, no, we'll talk about this later about what actually marriage is and all that shit. I got my notes, but I'll let y'all continue.
Well, I want to point out something. It talks kind of about divorce here. This isn't really the theme here, but it's right up here. Unto the married, starting in verse 10, unto the married I command, yet not I, but the Lord. let the wife not depart from her husband. But, and if she departs,
80%, 70, 80%.
let her remain unmarried or be reconciled to her husband, and let the husband not put away his wife. Okay, so he's not supposed to divorce her. But if she divorces him, she's to remain unmarried or be reconciled. But to the
Okay, so
rest,
in the ancient world, the woman really didn't have much power to divorce her husband. It was in the power
true.
of the husband
Did
to divorce
God
the woman.
intend the woman to have that power?
Fuck no. Excuse my language, but hell no. No.
Okay,
Oh,
so
Nick,
and then
That's
you're
like a
already on the
death
dark
sentence
side.
to a
then there's this
livelihood.
unbelieving stuff here. But to the rest I speak I, not the Lord. Okay, this is Paul speaking, not God. Okay. If any brother hath a wife that believeth not, and she be pleased to dwell with him, let him not put her away. Okay, don't divorce an unbelieving wife. And the woman which hath a husband that believeth not, and if he be pleased to dwell with her, let her not leave him. So,
Well,
okay, so
Steve and I,
these
we're screwed
super
there.
holy
Hey,
Christian women cannot
fuck
leave
you and Steve. And,
average man.
hey, Steve, you and I got fucked. Hey, even the pastor here, right? She left me, but I was wrong to
Oh,
sign
wait a
divorce
minute.
papers
Okay,
after she left me.
Nick,
Okay, whatever. Fuck
this
you.
one might apply to us in verse 15.
Okay.
But I got to read 14 first. For the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife, and the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the husband. Else
Yes.
were your children unclean, but now they are holy. So you stay
Infant
because you are
baptism,
a
baby.
Christian. Okay, now 15. But if the unbelieving depart, let him depart. And I think it
Yep.
mean him or her. A brother or sister is not under bondage in such cases, but God
Yes.
hath called us
The
to
next
peace.
sentence
So,
clarifies the first. Yeah.
so
So
if
so in verse
your
15,
wife, your unbelieving wife, okay, now if she rebels and leaves you, as we saw above, she is not just betraying you, she's betraying God. Because St. Paul
yeah.
said that above. And now, if she leaves, you are no longer under bondage. Well, under
Yep.
bondage, oh, what does that mean? Bondage is oath a bondage?
Yes, oath is a bond.
Is oath a bond?
It's a bond.
Therefore,
It's
is
a
it a
bond,
bondage?
not necessarily, but you're bound to
Well,
your
what does he
word.
mean
You're
here?
bound.
Under
There's
bondage
bond.
means that you are under bond. It's this is old English.
Right.
Right.
So you're no longer under oath. You're no longer under your bond,
Okay.
your
So Steve,
obligation.
for example, my ex fucking left me, right?
Sure.
Left me. Would not drop charges, accused me of more shit. I found the plans where she left me, were plans to leave me beforehand because I was patriarchal. And strong, very, very strong suggestions of adultery beforehand. Yet I was thrown under the bus for filing for divorce to my ex-wife. Did I leave her or did she leave me first?
I don't know. You're going to have to answer to God
She
on
left
your
you, but
judgment
notice
day about that, Nick. I'm not going to
She
presume.
fucking
I'm not going to be the
no,
judge.
she physically left me. Would not reconcile, accused me of more shit. And I said, fine, you can have it.
right. Here kind of similar thing happened to me, not quite as extreme. Um that's okay. It's okay to say that she abandoned the marriage, particularly my ex was a new Christian and didn't stick with it very long, and I probably should have known better. But hey, the church said the church says, no, these new Christians, you've got to welcome these new Christian ladies in. You've got to wife them up and give, you've got to take care of them. That's
Yeah.
what the church said to do. And so I was like, okay, I believe I will do as the church says to do. That ended up being a mistake. But no, she left first. And when they leave, when the unbeliever leaves, send them on
Let
their
'em go.
way.
Let them go.
Nick, is God bound by the courts of the United States?
Fuck them.
There's my answer.
Let God be true and every man a liar, is basically what I'm saying.
Okay.
All right.
Maybe we don't
We're
have
kinda
to have
going
any
on.
more Bible stuff.
But
This
thank you,
stream.
Steve.
But you know what? I like talking red pill stuff and backing it up with the Bible. And then, you know what? You red pill naysayers saying, oh, you're just all pickup artists. Oh, you should follow Christ. How about, you know what? You have a problem with your definition. You are defining red pill. You got a screwy definition. Just like you have a screwy definition of marriage. Modern marriage is not marriage. It goes by the same term, but it's not marriage. We've talked about that in the past.
All right.
Go ahead, Nick.
So this goes to my notes. We'll finally kind of start with the notes. We've been all over the map and very good points here, there, and the other. Absolute great truth. Thank you, Steve, for going to the Bible. The Catholic went to the Bible before the Protestant pastor. That was nice, by the way. Well done. All right. So is the red pill the black pill? This is the notes I shared to everyone before the show. By suggesting that men should not marry under the present environment. They say, well, you just need to wife up these good traditional Christian women and pray with them. You won't get divorced. But even not all the red pill argues that you should not get married. But based on the truth of the red pill, many men are making that choice not to
And
get married. Or
I just want to say this. Yes, I'm married, but to my MGTOW brothers, I have no quarrel with you or your decisions. You are friend.
that's my point too. You are friend. This is not an absolute statement. Everybody has to make their choice given their given where they are in life, given their abilities, given economic reasons, and given the truth. All right. But what are they saying about the red pillars being the black pill or something or another?
Well, this has been primarily on Twitter. A number of people have said it. Mostly, say it, Steve, but I've seen a lot of it out of the Catholic side of the Twitter sphere.
Oh, sure.
I've seen it out of a lot of my friends on the Reformed patriarchal Protestant side. You're just a doomer. So black pill, doomer. All the world's going to shit. You're just a naysayer. The red pill's bunch of crap for pickup artists. Oh,
Yeah,
you
you
just
just
woke up into another matrix. Grr. You just need to get in the van and wife up these women. I promise it'll work. But even if it doesn't,
Nick,
fuck you. We need the numbers.
this ideology of women are sugar and spice and everything nice. They're pure beings. Women are only corrupted by men. It's always men who cause women to do the bad thing. You know what? Forget about Genesis, where it was the woman who picked the fruit and took the first bite. everything is different now. It's the men. In our modern age, men are forcing women to eat the forbidden fruit because otherwise women would be pure. And so, from the Christian standpoint, how can you not understand this? This is our ideology.
Well, there's reality and there's what you want. I'm not saying what you want is necessarily bad, the end purpose and goal, but you think the reality is something else to end up at your purpose and goal. Women are not sugar, spice, and everything nice. They're not all innocent. They're not all angelic beings. Actually, the devil went after the woman first to go after the man, which ultimately was to spit in the face of God. He was a complete inversion of the hierarchy from animal to woman to man and unto God.
Nick, that's anti-American.
Fuck it. I don't care.
All
I
men
don't
and
care.
women were created equal. You seem to
Fuck
be
that
going
shit.
to this thought that women are the weaker vessel. Don't you
Well, that's
know
what scripture
that
says.
it's no longer
First
believed
Peter chapter
anymore?
3. Well, fuck you. Let God be true and every man a liar. First Peter chapter 3, verse 7 says that, and all the fucking evidence also points that way as well. Oh, damn, the red pill and the Bible agree. Shocker. Anyways.
Well, this is probably a good segue to talk about something that a little bit. I don't want to derail us too far here.
Go
But
ahead.
we've
to be
derailed ourselves a lot already this evening. I know.
Yeah, that's all right.
We for probably a year and a half now have been tracking various attacks on the red pill. Various attacks isn't really the right word. Various movements against the red pill, or various strategies to contain the red pill, or if not contain it, harness it. And this first picked up in probably June of last year, maybe May or June, somewhere in there. It's when we first twigged to this, and we originally thought it was leftist NGOs. Subsequent waiting and observation revealed to us that it was not, in part because the efforts were far too ham-fisted for sophisticated NGOs with extensive propaganda operations, decades of experience and as such. And then we realized where it was actually coming from. The tradcons in particular have the biggest problem with the red pill. And again, Steve, hate to do this, but the Catholic Church has funded many creators who actively and openly attack the red pill. The Protestants.
Oh, I am shocked. Oh, in Minnesota, well, in North Dakota too. Which two groups have facilitated the importation of all kinds of migrants?
It's the Catholic
Oh
Church.
crap! My grandmother, who's like
number one,
almost
Lutheran
a nun,
Social
funded
Services.
that organization. Shit, what was the name of that organization?
Number two, Catholic Social Services.
No, there's an actual organization through the Catholic Church to support illegals infiltrate. Yeah, my grandmother.
Yes, and it's also Lutheran
Loved
Social
her to
Services.
death. She's died in
It's
2021, but shit.
It's both Catholic and Protestant.
Yeah.
They're coming from both sides. And yes, Plutarch, I'm not negating that there are a lot of Catholic tradcons who just say, you all become Catholic and just come to the fullness of the truth, and the world will be healed and everything will be fine. No, the smoke of Satan has entered the Catholic Church as well. I'm sorry to say.
What
Yeah.
they're saying and how they're saying it sounds very Pentecostal. Pentecostal Catholicism is not a phrase I'd ever thought I'd use in my lifetime, but here we are.
It's called the Catholic Charismatic Movement.
So are
okay.
we talking about propaganda now? This is one of my second
just
bullet
a little
point.
bit. Just
Damn
a little
it.
bit.
Like, okay, so we talked about kind of the statements red pillars make about black regarding the red pill and black pill. Y'all are just doomers. Y'all don't want people to get married. You're anti-family. You're a bunch of pickup artists. Blah blah blah. You're naysayers. It's just all going to hell, and we need more white Protestant people to take back our nation. And even if she fucks you over, you need to contribute to the cause.
That sounds awfully personal, Nick. Is this something you've heard recently in your personal life?
Yeah, it's in my groups. Love them to death, but it's really
Okay.
a piece of shit way to lead people. Like, you're just a fucking number, contribute to the cause. How about screw you? Anyways, the
Okay, there's a
propaganda.
parallel.
Again,
There's a parallel in the Catholic Church. Okay, if you follow any kind of Catholics or the Catholics in the media, there's always controversy about the Pope. And there's
you mean
these
the
movements out
Antichrist?
there. No, the Pope. There's a
Antichrist,
set of
eh?
vacantists who say the Pope is not the Pope. You have the SPXX, St. Pius the 10th, who go to the Latin Mass. There's those who are saying, oh man, this Pope, oh man, he's so liberal. Where is he at? But they're Catholics, but they dissent with some of the things the Pope says, yet they're Catholics. So you can't say all Catholics are fully bought into what the Pope says. Who is the Pope of the red pill?
Rollo?
Yes. I mean,
Yeah, if he calls himself the
figuratively.
Godfather, it makes sense. I mean,
Okay,
I actually
so
got a lot of
do
good stuff
we?
out of what he said. I think he's full of shit on other things, but he
Oh,
really helped me. So, like, I thank him for that. So,
do we dissent from a lot of what Rollo says?
not a
Can we
lot.
be in the red pill and be dissenting against certain things
Yeah, we
that the
can
red pill
dissent, and
Pope
we do.
says?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, so don't paint us as Rolloists or Rollo papists or however you want to say that. You know what? We don't have to agree with everything that other people say the red pill is. Just like people criticize Catholics for things they project onto Catholics that Catholics don't actually believe. Okay?
That's
Or
true.
maybe that
That's
Catholic
true.
doesn't believe that. You can't use a broad brush and paint all red pillars bad because they believe this. Oh, you know what?
Oh, you're
F
jumping
you.
ahead on my notes.
Steve,
Damn it.
Steve, but here's the deal with
Shush.
No, we will
Damn
not
it.
be quiet.
You jumping my notes ahead of time, man.
Well, that's because you sent them to us ahead of time, and then we read them,
I
and then
know.
we actually think about them.
I know. Fuck. It's not flowing the way I thought. Damn it. Oh well. I'll live.
Oh, maybe we will entertain people more tonight because we're doing a lot of banter and back and forth and, not the normal dry stuff we typically do.
We're very dry, guys. Normally,
I like order.
This is not
Damn
us.
it, you guys are jumping my shit.
Okay,
And you know what? It's okay. That's part of it.
The key point of propaganda is to take a thing you don't like and to paint it with an overly broad brush. Because in order for propaganda to work, it has to be consumable by the masses, which means it has to be simplified and dumbed down, which means you're going to be painting with an overly broad brush, So paint with an overly broad brush that happens to sweep up your actual opponents. And if there's some collateral damage along the way, congratulations. You still got what you wanted. Okay. That's how it
Good. You're
works.
talking about propaganda. Thank you.
But that only works if you mix in some of the truth. So, is there a
Right.
PUA wing of the red pill? Well, of course
Yes,
there is. But
No.
but the red pill is the truth. The red pill is a series of things that men have gotten together, kind of like the Council of Nicaea, which is going to piss off a lot of the non.
I don't really give a shit.
I know, but the men got together and discerned the truth, and there were some pretty unflattering, bitter truths in that. Okay, now there are different groups of men who react in a different way. Some men use the truth to say, "Hey, I can use this to pick up other girls," and to which I have to say to them, "Look, if that's what you want to do, I can't stop you. I don't agree with it. I think it's going to cause problems for you later in life, but I'm not going to stop you." I don't have a problem with the PUAs in the red pill. I think some of what they say is idiotic, and I think that they can get themselves into logic trap themselves, and I think the PUAs have the weakest frame of all three groups in the red pill.
Absolutely. Well,
So-
I do have a problem because I believe like all three spheres or all three natural governments of God, the civil magistracy, which is like the Commonwealth. So, as the Westminster Short Catechism, Larger Catechism says, family, church, and Commonwealth. I believe they should all be organized by God's principles. So, therefore, I do have a bone to pick with the PUAs morally. However, they do understand women, how they act in reality.
Okay.
I actually have a problem with their prescriptions, unlike the tradcons, which we'll talk about later.
Right.
I am red pill. I actually do have a problem with that, not the descriptors.
Okay. But here's what I'm trying to get to. I will still work with the PUAs on things where we can work together on. Okay.
Yeah, that's reality.
Did anyone see it was earlier, it was like either late last week or early this week. Daily Wire. So we had this big blow up where in the Younger Republicans Discord chat, some young men made some off-color comments, fine, whatever, and about some specific races. I'm not going to get into it.
Whatever. Who cares at this point?
Well, right. But Matt Walsh comes out and he says, I'm not going to attack those people because the left won't attack their radicals. And the only way we can defeat the left is to unite with the right, even with people we don't agree with. And he used a phrase that you've heard us use before: no enemies to the right. He actually used that.
Netter.
Yeah. And so, like, the next day, the Daily Wire crew, all of the rest of them, basically forced Matt Walsh to do a public struggle session. And it was classic left-wing struggle session where everyone around him that is on screen and they all take their turn telling him how and why he fucked up. It was Clavin, Knowles, and Shapiro. Okay, so two Catholics and
the star person.
Right. Okay. And they were it was literally just all of the various reasons why Matt was wrong. And here's the thing that I've found interesting. Matt has not backed down. Somewhere along the line.
Actually, good for him. Actually, you know what? As much as we're critical of him, good for him.
We've been critical of Matt, but not nearly as much as we've been critical as Knowles. Knowles is rapidly becoming somebody that I think is an active, hostile force against men, even if he doesn't realize that's what he's doing. So, but
Steve
think about that.
I were on Pearl's criticism of her interview with Knowles about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
If you remember that, Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you guys ready for another history lesson?
Oh damn. Taking me off my notes again.
Let him have his boomer moment.
I don't care. Let's have fun.
In 1209. 1209.
No,
Pope
damn.
Innocent the Third.
The third. Oh, I hate that.
Okay. Okay.
The
So
papal bull. Papal bull. Oh.
We're not going there. They had this problem in France.
Oh.
There was this group, the
I
Albigensians,
don't like
also known as the Cathars. The Catholic Church moved against them because there were a bunch of heretics. Okay,
But
so
didn't they lump in the
moved in there.
Waldensians too, though?
Okay, well, I don't want to get into that. Anyway, the
Yeah,
Catholic
exactly.
Church
That's the
moved in there to
Protestant-
suppress
That's
it.
the Protestant challenging the Catholic on history. There you go.
Okay, that's you want to talk about that, we can, but that's not the point I want to make. I got a more important point. Okay,
The
so
Cathars and
Catholic Church
Albigensians.
moved in there.
Yeah.
The army of the
They
Catholic
were denying
Church
like
was
the
in there.
Trinity or some shit, weren't they?
Yeah, something like that. So when the army came in, the commander, Simon de Montfort, said to the city, "Give us all your stuff, your things. We're not, basically surrender." And they didn't. And so a French Cistercian monk named Arnaud Almeric was kind of in charge. They refused to give what they were asked. And so what should we do? Amalric said, "Kill them all. God will recognize their own." Okay, so, this seems to be a Catholic, and I'll just extend it to all Christian. Okay. We have deemed the red pill guys to be heretics. Just kill them all. If there's any good guys there, let God recognize his own. But they're against all of us. Because it's just simpler that way.
If you want to, hey, you know what? For us zeroed out men, okay. What else are you going to do to us? Steve, you understand that sentiment. Okay. Just get rid of them all. After what we've been through, what else are you going to do to us?
Yeah, another way to say that is it's the masculine way. Okay, bring it.
We've already been to the doorstep of death. We've probably thought about it.
Mm-hmm.
We've had the most precious things in life taken away from us in an instant. And then you're going to say, well, you're evil. You just wife up these whores. You're wrong for teaching men to actually to think about what they're getting into, to think about reality.
You've destroyed everything I worked for. And you've actually destroyed my legacy by taking away my children. I'm a man who has very little to lose. So you think you're going to change my mind? How about take a hike or bring it? Bring it.
No. What do you...
This is the passion and the sentiment behind some of us red pillars. And, realistically, the young men see the future and they cannot achieve the things that you boomers in the church have achieved. It's not possible. And so they're flipping the middle finger to you and they're saying, no, I'm not going to drink that Kool-Aid. I will follow Christ. I will be a man of principle and a moral man, or I'll go out and bang a lot of 304s. But
But that
every
leaves you
man
empty in
has
the
the
end,
freedom to
as Rouge would
choose.
say.
And just because some choose one path doesn't mean all are choosing that path, but it doesn't mean you can get them back on the plantation. And there is no magic Kool-Aid that they can drink to get back on that plantation. And there are many, many, many good Christian men in the red pill.
All
Well,
right. Okay, go
Okay.
ahead, Plutarch.
Well, I was just going to say, men who have seen the truth, men who have lived through the truth, it's like war. You don't come back from war and just go back to the plantation and everything is like it was before. You are a fundamentally different person at the end
Yep.
of this. These men are not going back to your 1950s plantation. They're not. It's never happening. Just accept that truth into your soul, or it will be inserted via rectal suppository.
Yep, that happened to me. That happened to Steve too. I'm pretty sure in some way that happened to you. The red pill is best swallowed orally, but most take it rectally.
Pretty much.
Just saying. That's just observation. All right. We've talked about propaganda. We've talked about red pill, black pill, but I'm going to go back to definitions so we don't lose our audience and actually can kind of build some structure here. I'm your systematic theologian, but for like the red pill. So back to understandings and definitions. What is the manosphere? There's a point to this, by the way. Oops. Our resident old man with all the wisdom
Just walked
went
away.
AFK. Damn it. Steve, you got to take a piss or something? It must be the prostate or some shit.
Yeah, boomer's gonna boomer.
Okay. The manosphere. Man-o-sphere. What do you think that is, Plutarch?
Well, the manosphere originally was a bunch of dudes talking, comparing notes, talking about women, putting together observations, and then realizing that they all kind of came out the same way. Like, oh yeah, I observed that too, and oh yeah, I had that same problem, and then they would get together and they would share notes on what worked to resolve the problem. So the manosphere was a bunch of blogs. This is kind of before YouTube got really big. So it's a bunch of blogs and forums and whatnot. And these guys would talk about problems and solutions.
And did that evolve into the red pill? What's the difference between the red pill and manosphere?
Oh,
is there really a difference?
There are definitely lots of people who would say that there's a difference. I would say, and this is just me, I'm sure there's people who disagree with this. I would say that the red pill is the distilled observations of the manosphere. So if the manosphere is a group of people, then the red pill is its Nicene Creed, if you will.
That sounds fair. Steve, what do you think?
No, there's no difference. It's just, we used to go to the corner bar. Then we went to the nightclub. Now the lounge. Now we're back to the corner bar. It's the same damn thing. The names change. The manosphere was it was kind of evolving. There were different groups in the manosphere, and it was kind of well understood at that point. Then it all kind of came under the red pill banner. There is no more manosphere. That was a whole that was a area of the internet of blogs that fell under this category. We no longer have that. And we have red pill now. And the pickup artist, that was a whole industry. Boot camps, that was before the online dating, Tinder, Bumble, all that crap. And that was when you actually used to meet women in person, and skills mattered.
That still
That's not the
happens for
case
me.
anymore.
That happens for me, but
Oh, it
You're
still
just
happens
old
for
school,
some
Nick.
guys.
yeah, I still tell them no. They get mad. Whatever.
But you know what? It used to be easier to meet women in person. Now, unless you're Nick, it's actually kind of difficult.
Uh,
You got to be a stud to meet him in person now. I mean, seriously.
I don't think I'm that much of a stud. I just don't give a shit.
No, it's because you
that's
don't
the
give a
problem.
shit. Yeah, exactly.
You know.
So there was this old meme, this dumpy is the cartoon memes. Dumpy engineer walks into Karen's HR cubicle, and then hey Karen, looking, your hair looks great today. And then she's reaching for the phone, and the thought bubble is creeper, and then Kevin from accounting walks in, says the same thing. Hey Karen, your hair's looking great today.
Chicka bow wow.
Yeah, exactly. Right. That's an example of the kind of thing that the manosphere uncovered, and we now talk about it. It's a red pill truth that women operate that way. Okay.
Hey, Plutarch, do you know what an engineer uses for birth control?
His mouth?
His personality.
His personality. Works
like
great,
engineers. Damn. Guys like engineers. Oh, like me, I like engineers.
Smart women don't mind engineers, but that's
the rest of them. Oh man, they don't know what to do with us. they'd rather just throw us in front of a bus, and eventually will.
Okay, so I'm of the type where I can speak engineer talk, logic talk, all that shit. But I also used to be a car salesman, so I know people talk as well.
And this is why, gentlemen, this guy gets all the ladies that he doesn't want.
I know.
But here's the thing people don't know about engineers. Lots of people go to engineering school, and a lot of them don't stay in engineering. A lot of them don't work at all in engineering. Where do they go? Trading, sales, any fucking thing else, business. You know what? There are plenty of engineers in the world that don't work in engineering. Why? Because they figured it's kind of a weird place, kind of a dead end.
No,
and
plus
they
H1B,
learn some social
DEI
skills
bullshit.
and move out.
DEI, H1B bullshit is why there's not a lot of more engineers.
There's a lot of guys my age who got an engineering degree and went on and did something else. Okay, we haven't released that interview that we did with that guy you brought on,
Dr. David
Christian
Edgerton.
counselor.
Good guy.
Background in engineering. The priest of the church I belong to has a degree in electrical engineering. There are a lot of engineers who have the training who didn't stay in the field.
We have 7 million engineers who are not working in engineering fields right now. So if anyone tells you that we have a labor shortage of engineers, just fuck them.
That's bad.
7 million
really
engineers.
Bad.
It is.
That's really bad for the future of our country. That's actually terrible.
It is, and we might get into that more next week, but that's for later.
We're destroying ourselves. That's bad.
There's even engineers who are now truck drivers. Can you believe that?
You're
Oh,
looking
yeah,
at one,
Steve.
folks. All right. So, I mean, we've talked about the PUAs. We've talked about the MIGTOW. I'll work with PUAs, particularly when they're willing to work
All
with
right.
me on things that I am interested in working
Okay.
on. I'll work with the MIGTOWs.
Okay,
Go ahead.
guys, we're talking about manosphere. The red pill is basically the same thing as the manosphere, but distilled. Men swapping notes, revealing the truth about women, whether biologically, psychologically, or just observations. It's a combination of three things. Yeah, a lot of the times the Bible reinforces it. Okay. And there's the PUAs. There's the subcategories of the red pill. There's the PUAs, pickup artistry. There's the MGTOWs, the men going their own way. There's the MRIs, men rights activists. We kind of fall under two a little bit. We understand them. Might not always do their application, but we understand. And there's probably which is more are probably hones on who we are the most, in my understanding, is number 3. The third category, and by the way, Dalrock is the one who kind of divided this back in the day in one of his articles, and we can't tend to find ourselves to follow Dalrock and fall under this same category. Number 3 is under the red pill is traditionalist / married red pill.
I'm married red pill.
Which is a group kind of stands across MGTOW and PUA. In general, the MGTOW say game is stupid, it's manipulation, it's a crock of shit, it's black magic, we're not doing that. The PUAs are all about game. The married red pill says, hey, wait a minute. You shouldn't have to get married, but if you do, game is a useful set of tools in managing the woman in your life.
Yeah, it is.
So we kind of fall in that category. Yes, we agree with the pickup artists about usefulness of game. But like the MGTOWs, no, you shouldn't pursue women as an end in itself. If you need a woman or want a woman or find the right woman, by all means, okay, you don't need to go your own way. Stick with a woman. But then use the skills of game to manage that woman.
And don't get married in a common law state and don't get a marriage license. That kind of came to me with our talk with Donovan Sharp on Saturday on Plutarch's wife's channel. Yeah, so Texas is actually not good for marriage. And I'm a Texan, but fuck.
Right.
Go somewhere but there's no common law marriage. You can get your religious marriage and have all your benefits without all the state being the superior in the relationship and destroying you.
So I'm married, and you guys had better believe that I am running game on Elena. Is it that overt pickup artist game? No, I already picked her up. She's mine. Okay. But the same manipulations, in scare quotes, tone them down a
like
little
women
bit.
Don't do it.
Yeah,
like
I know, right?
Don't do it.
Right, but you tone it down a little bit. You kind of do it a little differently. and you'll have your wife eating out of the palm of your hand, guys. Like, it works. And see, that's the problem. It works. And so the PUAs aren't wrong about that. It works.
Okay, I'm going to take this a direction you never thought of. Do I run game on your wife?
Yes, you do, and I know you do, and I watch you do it, and I roll my eyes because it works on her too.
But am I trying to get in her pants?
No.
It's just fun. She responds to it, and I kind of throw it your way. And I'm the old guy. I'm kind of harmless. Oh, maybe a dirty old man. I don't know, but
oh, you're a dirty old man.
Most are.
But you know what? Game makes relationships fun, and you don't have to do it with the goal of sexual conquest as your goal. You can just have fun.
Nick,
okay,
I'm pretty sure you'll back me up on this, but any successful relationship has aspects of game to it. Unless you're forced into the relationship for work reasons or something, right? But any successful relationship, you're using some form of game. So to the MGTOW guys, yeah, exactly.
It's the same shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So to the MGTOW guys, I have to say, okay, unless you really are just going to go up into the hills and live an solitary existence where you interact with as few people as possible, even then you're going to be running.
Fun for me.
I actually agree, but even then, the MGTOWs are
still like women. Damn.
Well, but even then, the MGTOWs are using minimal game. But they still use it in their relationships outside of women. So I don't know that they realize that that's what they're doing. But all successful relationships have some sort of game. Even look, guys, you see the banter that's going on here between the three of us. It's a form of game. Banter is a form of game.
Women love that shit.
Exactly. Gosh. But guys, do you want to be with a square guy who never has any fun? No. Fuck that. I want to be with dudes who are enjoying themselves, right?
But at the same time, if it's too much, you're like, oh my god.
Well, yes.
Let me tell you something. To you TradCon guys out there, you cannot say, oh, I don't have game. All I need to do is pray and just be holy and whatnot. And be a good man. No.
Didn't work for me.
No.
Didn't work for me.
Know what? A lot of I wonder. I'm not going to project this on those guys. I'm going to just pose the question. Are these guys anti-red pill because they got no game and they still want wife to work out?
What? Yeah, it kind of sounds like me a little bit before I got zeroed out, but I started learning before that happened. But
are you using God to replace your lack of social skills and ability to manage your woman? If you can't manage your woman, which is basically game, and using the tools and the dominance and the masculinity to put her in her place, to have fun, to play with her, to create drama and whatnot, and to keep her. If you don't have those skills and you're applying God to keep her in her place instead of you.
Damn, you sound like I did. Damn, Steve, you're describing me. Fuck.
Yeah, Steve.
Well, how do I know this? How do I know this, Nick?
You did the same shit.
Steve, that was my church growing up, was a bunch of dudes. I mean, it's a Presbyterian church, so I guess
too.
I know, right? Damn it. Right. There was there was a bit of this thread of, well, all you need to do to have a successful marriage is just read the Bible together and pray together and be a theology bro. Like, I got the term theology bro from watching people in my church sit around a campfire all day. I mean, these would be 8-10 hour
Yeah, I
conversations,
remember
and
this.
they over a 2 or 3 verses in some obscure piece of Bible. It like, and
Oh,
these
fuck.
guys thought that this was making them
They were the
into
shit.
these saints.
Okay. I
Plutarch,
damn. And you know what?
That's
Their
just
sex life never
let
improved.
go, let go, and let God.
Let God. Oh, let
Oh
him
God,
have the steering wheel.
I heard that so many times. Let go and let God. Oh man,
No, give him the steering wheel.
Jesus, take the wheel.
There you go.
There's, I sent you guys that song a while ago. If you really want to have fun, look up that song. Jesus,
My
take the wheel.
boyfriend. Da, 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 da. Elena,
No,
there you go.
this is different than that. It's and okay, it's a great song. Sounds very moving and whatnot. But if you have listen to that song with a red pill wisdom, and you'll be laughing your ass off. Jesus, take the wheel.
There you go, Tacticus. Let ho and let God.
Oh my gosh.
I had to put that up there.
Oh my gosh. Interrupting the old man. Damn.
All right,
My
Nick.
God. For every man that tried to turn a 304 into a housewife, George Bruno. There you go.
Okay, Nick. We're probably going to be here a while because we're having so much fun and we are constantly derailing tonight. But Nick, what is the black pill?
Oh, everything's going to shit, man. All women are fucking whores, man. Like, I can't wife up a woman. I'm too fucking ugly. Like, I don't make enough money, dude. So I'm just gonna live my life for myself and yeah, play video games and shit. Like, yeah, I mean, that's probably a reality for some guys. I get it. It might be my reality, but you know what? I'm fine with that. That's what fucks people up. Is I have women coming after me. I don't wife them up. I don't fuck them. I don't do anything with them. I say, thank you, ma'am. Not interested. You have a good night.
Nick, you have something else going. Okay, you are an indentured servant.
Yeah.
They're taking at least half your money. You're an itinerant worker doing, you're not living close to home. You can't live
No,
close
I'm
to your
not.
kids. Your life
Nope.
fucking sucks. You're a slave.
Yep. I am.
And you struggle for meaning and purpose because it's been
That's
taken
true.
from you.
That's true.
But
All things I've admitted.
Well,
every Wednesday night, you come on here and you talk with us to the world. And you have great conversation, and it gives purpose to spread the message to other men. And then most Saturdays, you're on with Elena. We talk about things, and that becomes a purpose to help people and promote the truth, even though it might be to 100 people. There might only be 100 people who watch the stream.
Sometimes
But
it's over 100,000 though.
Well, you know what?
That's
There's
the great
a purpose.
thing.
There's a purpose there. And you know what? You don't need. Okay, a man learns this. What's important? It's his legacy.
Oh,
Most
Steve,
men's
you're talking
legacy is
personally
one
now.
or two kids.
No, this is Steve
Other
speaking,
men have a
speaking personally
legacy
now.
by spreading the truth, and it grows from there. You need to find a purpose. And a lot of these black pill men think, oh, woe is me. I have no purpose. Okay, well, we may seem black pill because, hey, Don't get married.
Okay.
That's not black pill. We're men with a purpose.
Westminster Shorter Catechism, question 1. Plutarch, do you remember what it is?
Nope. I'll be honest. No,
Damn, you're Presbyterian. Shit. What is the chief end of man?
To give glory to
Man's
God
chief end
and
is to give glory
to
to
God.
God and
I hate that's in
enjoy
the
him
Catholic
forever.
catechism too. To know and
This
serve
basic.
God.
This is basic, right? This is basic.
You just have to prompt me on it. It's been a long time since I've done catechism, like many decades, and I don't.
Me.
Go ahead.
They fucked me. They've kidnapped my kids. They've enslaved me.
Well, Steve,
The church has kicked me to the curb, but you know what? I'm still here, and I will give glory to God, and I will enjoy Him forever.
okay, to Steve and Nick, people on the internet of a particular midwit group in the tradcon space keep using the term legacy. And they have a very specific meaning for that term. A legacy to them is 2.5 children in a white picket fence. That is a legacy. And that is the only
nice. That would have been nice. That really would have fucking been nice.
Dude, completely agree. Completely agree. Would have loved to have that. Not going to, but would have loved to have that.
I know.
Okay.
Right.
So but what they have hijacked the word legacy to mean 2.5 children in a white picket fence and a doting wife. I don't know where they think the doting wife thing comes from, but it's the 1950s. The word legacy to them means a 1950s painting. No, the word legacy actually means what Steve said it means. Did you leave behind an impact on the world? Can kids be an impact? Absolutely. Now, those kids can be a negative impact, very negative impact. Welfare queens, that's been in the news lately.
The trad cons do not want to fucking talk about that at all.
I'm aware.
They don't want to talk about the single mommy Christian bullshit of leaving their good husbands. But he was some sort of an abusive bullshit that I think up in my head because he didn't give me what I wanted. Fuck you.
Maybe those people are confusing the ends versus the means.
True.
In other words, the 2.5 kids is the ends. No. The 2.5 kids is the means.
Yes.
In other words, your legacy is raising those kids to be good Christians to better the world. So you are multiplying your efforts through your children, but that requires the proper raising and discipline, education, and formation of those children. It's not just having the children.
Steve, I tried having that. I tried having that. Didn't you?
I know you did. I did.
Didn't you?
What did the state have to say about that, gentlemen?
They said
they subverted. They subverted it at the behest of the woman.
He's this bullshit with no evidence. And by the way, you're fucked. Take half your shit, child support, alimony, and you're fucked. Oh, by the way,
Nick,
all the church looks at you as a piece of shit. Fuck you.
And the church listens to the woman. And if she says man bad, they will help her drive the bus over the man. They'll provide the fuel in the bus.
Hey, by the way, this is not unique to Protestants. This is not unique to Eastern Orthodox or Roman Catholics. This is all, ironically, one thing we all fucking share together, but all the people in leadership fuck us over with. Oh, wait, we actually have a moment we could have unity, but we still fuck them in over. By the way.
That's why. That's why you can have Presbyterians and Catholics and Lutherans and all that. We're all experiencing the same thing. We're all experiencing the same. We all have the same observations of women, even secular men. Hey,
I was just
the
going to
Red
say
Pill
secular.
is a secular movement that brought in Christians because, hey, yeah, I understand that, and I can bring in my vision, my Christian beliefs, and it fits. And yet, okay, it doesn't. I can't go along with the PUA stuff. Oh, okay, fine. We're men. You don't have to agree with everything I say. We can cooperate in certain things. We can still discuss things. You can go to your men's club or the local bar. You can sit down
Yeah.
next to a guy. You can have a conversation. You can agree on a whole bunch of things. Maybe you don't agree on politics. Okay, so what? You can still find commonalities.
Steve,
The Red Pill is a large tent, and you can come in and you can discuss. You can have your own opinions. Go ahead.
this is why I brought up the struggle session that Daily Wire forced on Matt Walsh. Struggle sessions are not how men behave with other men. We don't
No.
publicly
That's
air.
women shit.
Exactly. It's woman
That's
shit.
women shit. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Matt Walsh did the right thing. I'm just going to plant that flag in the ground. Matt Walsh did the right thing. He said, no, my enemy, my enemy is tearing at us. I need to ally with people who will fight. Because I can tell you right now, does anyone honestly think that Michael Knowles is going to get up and actually fight for anything on the right?
No.
That dude is so controlled opposition, it isn't funny.
Well, we
No
saw that with
one
her.
is going to follow
the
that
Pearl.
guy.
Yeah, no. Hey,
He's
but he
not a
smokes
leader.
cigars.
Yeah, exactly. No one's going to follow him.
He's a LARP.
Yes,
He's a fucking LARP.
He just wants to smoke cigars in front of a camera and spew large words to make himself sound smart. He might even be a narcissist behind the scenes. We don't know. Okay, but Matt Walsh.
Where are you when it fucking counts? I've been to jail 3 fucking times for the truth. Fuck you.
Right. But Michael Knowles can't sit down with another woman, Pearl, and admit that maybe she has a point. No, she's got to try to rescue, or he's got to try to rescue her. He's got to try to bring her back to the proper Catholic fold. That whole interview, my dad watched it, and he had this great insight. He says he viewed Pearl as a fallen angel that he needs to rescue and bring back to the Catholic fold.
Oh, fuck.
I do honestly think that's why he did that. I think that's what he was trying to do. I don't think he.
Oh, if they're not angels, they're fallen angels. Fuck that shit. Oh,
well,
gosh.
Isn't that what the Tradcons are trying to do by infiltrating the Red Pill?
Yes, that's
bring us back into the fold.
And that's
shit. Should we go back to our notes? Damn
it. Well, but that's why I said earlier in the stream that it took us a while to figure out that it wasn't leftist NGOs. It was Tradcons and their NGO groups that were coming after us.
Okay. And the result of their argument is this. It's an attack on the whole by attacking a part of the Red Pill. A part of the Red Pill which also disagrees with that specific part that they're attacking, while saying this is what the Red Pill is. Which, if you understand fallacies and logic, is a hasty generalization. Saying, oh, you're basically accusing all the Red Pill to be the PUAs. Your whole basis of argument against the Red Pill is you're all these PUA motherfuckers.
Okay. Nick. Okay, here's the key point on this. That is the exact same attack style that the left uses against the right. So now these quote unquote tradcons are going. Now I'm going to demand they explain how they are not also leftists. They're using female coded leftist tactics. Matt Walsh stands up and says, fuck this, no enemies to the right. And he gets dogpiled by leftist woman tactics. Okay. So
I experienced this a lot when I was a pastor.
right.
And Shutai has it right in that comment. Piety signaler Christians are annoying AF. Yes, that's what's happening. So they're going to lose.
Yeah, they're going to
lose.
lose.
We're talking about here.
They're going to lose, but they're going to do an incredible amount of damage along the way. And here's why. Because they are so busy saying, oh, well, you know, like to Nick and Steve and I, well, you associate with those evil PUAs. So you are also impure. So we need to, that's the reason
I associate with doctors. I associate with people that are lawyers. Oh, yeah, I hate lawyers, by the way. But, I associate with engineers. Oh, you're evil.
Hey,
engineers that just happen to fuck around, right?
Here's a funny thing. We associated with Donovan Sharp, who is a red pill guy, and he's friends with Myron Gaines. And he knows people. He's a big red pill guy. And yet he was on with us in Atlanta on Saturday. And do you know what? We got along great. And we brought up biblical stuff, and he says, yeah, I'm not a religious guy, but I agree with you.
The problem is the religious people don't agree with the own fucking Bible. Excuse my language, shouldn't be fucking Bible. It's the word of God.
I mean,
but my point is they disregard it and treat it as a piece of shit.
Man, okay, here's the thing. Not to denigrate the Bible or the truths in the Bible, but the truth exists outside of the Bible. And a lot of things can be discovered just by human nature and observation. And the red pill discovered these truths.
Okay.
And believes them. And then we go back, us three, and I kind of like to do this, is bring up, hey, something they believe. Hey, did you know that's in the Bible in its ancient wisdom? They go, whoa, really? Oh, yeah, I agree with that. So, you know what? Truth can be discovered outside of the Bible and then be affirmed by the Bible. Or you can take the path of reading the Bible and discovering the truth and then observing it. There are many ways.
Steve, I'm going to be devil's advocate.
Okay.
Damn, this woman has appendicitis. Oh, shit, it's not recorded in the Bible. I guess she has to die.
Yeah, well, Nick, that's true.
Not really, but
if you don't want her to die, you need to pray about it. And if she doesn't get better, you need to pray harder. And if she dies, it was God's will.
Fuck. Oh, the damn Steve Runner. You know exactly where I'm going. That's bad.
Steve and Nick just called doctors evil, by the way. So Christians, are we going to rise up against the evil doctors who could treat the appendicitis because it's not good, because they are stepping in between God and his will and preventing her from dying of appendicitis? Is that because that is the exact same argument that they're making about the red pill? It's not. It's no logically different. By the way, that's a steel man. What Nick and Steve just did there. That's the rhetorical device that they just used. They steel manned the Tradcon's argument. Just for you following along, okay? So, but here's the thing: the right, in its desperation for purity, is more than willing to destroy itself. And the left knows this, and they encourage it. The left doesn't need to go after the red pill because their tradcon lapdogs will happily do it for them for the good boy. You're a purer one. We will allow you to exist if you pay your jizya in the our leftist
damn!
utopia.
You went fucking Islam on us. Damn, good for you.
But that's how they look. I mean, look, the Islamists and the communists have very clearly gotten together. Look at Mamdani right now. Okay, so
And
okay,
the other group,
well, yes,
the stars.
but okay, so the left has, they don't need to attack the red pill because the right is doing a fantastic job for them. So, you know,
Yeah.
honestly,
Yeah.
I said back in February of 24 when that video came out, we were on Glenn Lawrence's channel at the time. I said, look, I will get up and I will get on camera and I will reveal who I am to debate these Daily Wire guys. And I was specifically talking about Matt Walsh. But I think Matt Walsh has had a bit of a come to Jesus moment, and I would shake hands with the man. I would work with him now. At watching him go through that struggle session, I was just like, dude.
Now you understand.
Yeah.
Now you understand.
And I think I could work with him now.
Any of you church people, these Christians, who say, oh, these guys use bad language, you shouldn't watch them. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. Let me tell you something. We're not here for you. If you take something from us, fine. We're here for the average man. The average man. This is the way average men talk. Even, okay, those Christian people in church, they go to work. The genuine guys are bantering about, and they use a few choice words here and there. And you know what? They're just being regular guys. We're being regular guys talking in very open, frank terms in the way men talk. And if you don't like it, we don't care.
Yeah, and true, Steve. Like, I have bigger problems than language. Should I be using the language I have before God on the last day? I will say no. But at the same time, you cocksucking motherfuckers. Yeah, I know Steve sees this. You let our
that's
kids
going a little
be
too far, but
no. No, there's not too far. You let our kids be kidnapped from us. You let us men be thrown under the bus and accused of all sorts of bullshit. While you slander us, while you throw us on the bus, while you enslave us by the state. Fuck you. And then you have all this narrative. Oh, he's a bad man. He cusses. Fuck you, man. Like, yeah, I know I shouldn't do it, but like, do you have a fucking soul? Do you understand the pain that so many men go through? No, you do not. You're a lucky motherfucker.
So are you pious people going to judge Nick for his language? Or
yeah, I don't care. Yeah, sure they can.
His passion and his drive and his desire to be with his kids in his righteous anger. Go ahead. Judge him for his righteous anger. But don't dismiss him for his words. Those words come from the heart.
But it's okay.
Men
it's okay to spiritually kidnap my kids because, oh, I'm such a bad man. Here, oh, he's a minister in good standing, but we don't like him. But by the way, fuck you. They say basically, and let me transfer your kids without your knowledge to another church that you know is heretical. That's the Orthodox Presbyterian Church for you. It's on fucking record. How many of you motherfuckers ever fucking apologize to me? Fuck you.
Oh, it's
And I
so
mean it.
easy
Fuck
getting it
you.
riled up.
No,
And it's
fuck you.
fun.
Not you, Steve,
Hey,
but
hey,
fuck you,
hey.
the Orthodox
No, I
Presbyterian Church.
know.
Where's my
This
fucking justice? Fuck you. Where's my kids? Fuck you.
Steve,
I mean
somebody
it.
stuck
Fuck
$100
you.
bill in Nick tonight.
believe it or not, for you guys you pious people who think this masculinity, this outburst is not attractive to women, you're wrong. Women like to they're attracted to the man who is not going to give a shit and who is on his purpose and who doesn't put up with crap and who doesn't guard his language or tiptoe around to try and please her. They're actually attracted to that. Believe it or not.
I know. Shit. But I'm not attracted to them.
Well, that's their problem, not yours.
I know. I answer to God at the end of the day. And yeah, my language is probably over the top, but fuck you. Fuck you guys. Have you no mercy? Have you no conscience? Have you no care for men? Fuck you. You have no fucking care for this Roman Catholic, Lutheran, whatever, RCUS, Protestant, OPC, PCA. You have no fucking care for the men in your church. You let them be fucking run over. And then, oh, now they're black pill. Oh, now they're red pill. Fuck you. They know the truth, and the truth has helped them to fucking see another day. You know what? You don't like Rollo? Yeah, I think he's wrong on a lot of shit. But you know what? His book fucking helped me. Oh, you don't like Rich Cooper? Yeah, I found some good shit in his book. But you know what? It fucking helped me to see another day. What the fuck did you do for me besides condemn me? Fuck you. Fuck you. Where are my kids? Oh, I'm a black pill man. Look at me. I lost my fucking kids. Where are my fucking children? Fuck you.
So, what's the solution? I'll tell you, guys.
Let's
the
take him straight
solution.
off shit.
It is men supporting other men, standing up for principles and truth. Do not simp for women. Oh, a woman said, oh, he's a bad man. He was abusive.
Yep.
Okay, don't react. Do not react. Go to that man. Don't mention it. Talk to him. She's probably playing you. Evaluate the man. And without evidence, don't act against him. Are you an American? Let me ask you that. How many of our listeners are American? Oh, do you know what we supposedly believe in? Innocent until proven guilty? do you practice that? Now, that's not a biblical thing. Well, not directly. Maybe in some of the teachings and judgment it is. But really, you know what? Don't just because someone is accused does not make it true. And you are a big part of the problem. If you're listening to the accusations, and then assuming they're true and acting against that person. That's not your job. By doing that, you are the judgmental person and the person who is what is it, trying to extract the mite in someone else's eye while not seeing the log in your own. Don't do that. In order to correct society, us men need to be men of principle. And okay, yeah, you know what? We'll follow principle. I'm going to back this man because he's head of his family. And unless there is just cause, legal cause, ideally church cause, to convict him of something, but it has to be a jury of his peers, which means a man's peers are men, not women. My peers are all men. I have no women peers. So this is the future of the red pill. This is the future of masculinity. This is the future that young men are going to implement. It's moving this way. Young men especially, who have nothing to lose, are saying, no, I'm not buying into the bullshit.
Yeah. So what you're seeing is men are starting to realize the truth with their own fucking eyes, right? And they say, oh, all the red pill is just all this pickup artistry, just, pumping and dumping women, promiscuity, just fucking women left and right. But actually, that is a hasty generalization. What's a hasty generalization? Basically, mistaking a part for the whole. It's an attack on the whole by attacking a part of the rest of the red pill, which many of us disagree upon, while saying this is what the red pill is, just fucking women and promiscuity based on their nature. Oh, there's another problem there based on their nature, which they don't want to address, which I'm sure Steve will talk about later on. But an example of this is like making statements about Christianity as a whole, but basing your statements about it on outliers, heretics, like Arianism, which denies the Trinity, or Gnosticism, which denies the humanity of Christ, or like Jehovah's Witnesses, which is basically like Arianism revamped, or Mormonism, which like totally denies the Trinity and is like polytheism, basically. Or making statements about the theology of the Virgin Mary as representing all of Christianity, but only taking the Protestant perspective. Oh, I don't like that. Or if you're a Protestant, someone making the theology of the Virgin Mary based on the Roman Catholic or Eastern Orthodox perspective. Yeah, we might all have problems with that.
And the division is not that precise, because a lot of Anglicans revere the Virgin Mary.
That's true.
Even Martin Luther prayed to the Virgin Mary.
Yep.
So it's not quite divided between Catholic, Orthodox, and Protestant. There's some crossover here. So are you going to determine whether someone is Christian or not by their theology and their belief about the Virgin Mary?
Well, if you understand,
really?
if you looked at the book of Islam, the Quran, that they charge Christianity with the fault of the Father, the Son, the Trinity of the Father, the Son, and the Mother. Not joking. I read the Quran. The Father, the Son, and the Mother is Muhammad's understanding of the Trinity.
Okay.
So
We're not going to
earlier
go
on-
into the
No.
promoters of circumcision and their view of the Trinity.
shit.
are we?
No.
And
So earlier on, I was talking about propaganda a little bit, Steve. And what did I say? That when you're trying to build propaganda, you dumb it down. So using a piece to attack the whole is the easiest way to do it, because it's easy to go up in front of your pulpit and say those red pillars are bad people because they pick up women.
hasty generalization again.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
And
easy
what
to
do a
that.
lot of Protestants say? Those Catholics are bad because they pray to Mary.
Okay, some do, some don't.
And
some
some of us-
actually fucking do.
Some of us roll our eyes
Hey.
at the whole thing.
Hold on. Now let me explain. Yes, I pray to Mary. Prayer does not equal worship.
Are you praying
Prayer-
through or to? Are you praying through
No,
or to?
I am praying to. You can do a prayer
Oh boy, here
to
we go.
a court in the U.S.,
Oh, good
which is
night.
basically a request. If you equate prayer with worship, then we have a problem. It's a definitional problem. It's not an action problem. I am not asking Mary to grant my request directly. I'm asking her I'm praying to basically a dead person because she's alive in Christ. It's a
So you're praying
conversation.
through.
It's a request. It's not
You're
a
praying through.
adoration worship.
You're praying through, not
Hey
to.
guys, we're not going to theology
Yeah.
bro tonight. At least not
So,
too
right.
much.
okay, so
I wasn't trying to get anywhere near that.
we
I'm
don't
just
need to
trying to say there's
resolve this.
differences.
What is pointed out here is a lot of disagreements come down to definitions. What's in my mind when I do what I do? And I describe it. What's in Nick's mind when he thinks I'm doing what I'm doing? What's in his mind? It's about definitions. We might be in total agreement, except for the words we use, or basically indifference. We maybe not in agreement. Maybe we're in indifference.
I'll theology bro for a second, not to cause controversy. Do the dead that are spiritually alive in heaven hear our prayers omnipotently or somewhat omnipotently or not? And should we pray through them to Christ? Now, yeah, there's the abomination. I think most Catholics should abominate, but I don't know if they do. I try to be charitable to pray to Mary instead of through Mary to Christ, or through a saint to Christ, or versus to a saint.
Yeah, that's words. Yeah, there's the reality.
It is different, though.
Okay, can I ask a person on Earth to help me?
Sure.
Can I ask a deceased person to help me?
Yeah, but they can't do shit unless Christ allows them.
Okay, I'll agree with you there.
But can they hear you? I don't know. That's my point. I don't know.
So our discussion, theological discussion, is God a giant telephone exchange board in the sky?
Well, he's omniscient. He's omnipotent. He can do all that. But are the saints in their resurrected status the same way? That's another question that I don't know.
Okay, we're not going to resolve that today.
I just don't know. Like, it's not revealed
Hey,
to us.
But again, is this a critical issue?
No.
between two people who are both Christian. Yeah, you believe one way, I believe the other. Okay.
I'm not going to condemn you for
we're
it.
in the
I'm not going
red
to condemn
pill.
you for it at all. But I'm
Well,
just like,
we're in the red pill.
I'm
Some red
curious.
pillars.
I'm not gonna condemn you for it, but I'm not gonna like say you're right. I'm just gonna
Okay,
say,
well,
hey,
we're
I
not.
don't know.
We're going to use this analogy in the red pill. There are red pill guys who believe things that I vehemently disagree with. There are guys that believe things that I am indifferent to and somewhat disagree with. So they're responsible for themselves and their actions. I am not going to assert or impose my will on them. Okay, fine. That's life. So do not condemn all Christians because you know that the Christians did those crusade things and they killed people in the name of God in the
Amen.
past. So all
Amen.
Christians are
Hell
bad.
yes. Oh, by the way,
Oh,
Catholics hate
you
me, but I'm
know
a
some
Protestant. Damn it.
Christians? Do you know some red pillars go out and sleep with a lot of women? Therefore, all red
That's not
pillars are
good.
bad.
Yeah. Yep. Hasty generalization, attributing a part for the whole. Yeah. Yep. That was what I was trying to get at for like how the latest black pill versus red pill. It's like making statements about Christianity as a whole, but basing your statements about Christianity on Arianism, means denying the full divinity of Jesus Christ, or Gnosticism, which denies the full humanity of Christ, or like Jehovah's Witnesses, which is basically Arianism revamped, or Mormonism, which is like not only tritheism, but more. You can be a god on your own world. Or making statements about, as I said, the theology of the Virgin Mary as representing all of Christianity, but taking only the Protestant or Eastern Orthodox, or actually, I would say even Roman Catholic perspective. But what ends up really happening is they end up all saying, "Wow, we agree on the red pill truths." By the way, Steve, this is your topic. By the way, you did an episode on this. They end up saying, "Wow, we agree on the red pill truths. We have a problem with their prescriptions, what they do with the truth." This makes sense if only using the pickup artistry as their scapegoat. However, when you interact with the MGTOWs and MRAs and the traditionalists and married red pill, they still want to blame us for being extremely cautious in marriage when you have a divorce or deciding to not get married at all or only getting married but rejecting the state involvement. Do they really care about your marriage, guys? Or are you only a number for their agenda, or which is in their propaganda? Are the prescriptions really the problem, Steve? Damn it, Steve, where'd you go?
Well,
He's gonna take a piss.
yeah, I don't know. Whenever I take a break, Nick just has to be cruel and make fun of me. Anyway, people cling to their ideology. And it's only through pain and suffering that they change. But in the meantime, well, I'm going to have to concede. I'm talking to man here. I'm going to have to concede this and that. And then try and say, okay, your truths kind of fit here, but in this area, you're going too far. Your your prescription is bad. Never mind. That's not your prescription at all. It's a prescription that they imposed upon you. They say, I know from your actions, this is what you're really thinking, and you're bad. So they erected a straw man, not even in your actions. It's in what they say you think and what they are attributing your motivations to. Hey, how the hell are you a mind reader and know what I'm thinking and why I'm doing what I'm doing, and then condemn me for it? That is totally female behavior. Have you noticed? Have you ever been criticized? Not directly for what you did, but for the reasons you did that and the implications and what you're thinking that caused you to do that.
Damn, that
Women
sounds like somebody who has
always read something into your mind and your motivations and condemn you for motivations that you don't even have, because
bingo.
they it's a whole damn narrative.
So, like, when you first said blah blah blah, condemn you for all this shit and da 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 and da da da, I'm thinking this must be some really fucking high IQ male, or even rarer, a very high IQ woman. But in reality, is you're not conforming to their bullshit because you have a
Right.
fucking mind for yourself. In most cases.
So a lot of the attack from the tradcons against the red pill is attributing motivations to us that not all of us have. You're just denigrating women so you can go out and exploit women and bet a lot of women. Therefore,
Okay.
your beliefs are wrong. And I'm not doing that. I don't believe that. I believe in viewing reality and saying the truth. But no, I'm not out there doing that. So who are you to accuse me and dismiss everything I say because of that? I'm not even prescribing that.
Okay, even Donovan Sharp on Saturday in our stream on Elena's Bars Fitness as Plutarch's wife, he's saying, like, look, most men just want a woman, right? Regardless of your religion, right?
Yep.
We just want a good fucking woman.
Emphasis on the fucking.
What do you mean? One woman?
Yeah, emphasis on the fucking, right? Absolutely.
And you
I
mean to love her and keep her and have her around and not go dip their wick in other women? And
it sounds
one
pretty
woman?
fucking natural, doesn't it? It doesn't have to be this supernatural fucking revelation. I mean, okay, look, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to you, God, and all that shit, but look, this is the way God created the world, and most men want this basic crap. I'm not saying crap, but reality that he created the world to be, where a man just wants his own woman to know and know her intimately, and not all this other bullshit.
So
we don't need to fuck every woman on earth. Most men don't want that.
No, something like it's going to be over 90% of men are not interested in player lifestyle. And here's the thing. I would say that most men who are in the active red pill community, the ones commenting on videos and even, I mean, maybe the content creators are out there creating content so that they can get women and be players. But we are talking about a vanishingly small portion of the red pill or the manosphere, whatever you want to call it, is men who are interested in fucking anything with a vagina. Okay. Like we're the purpose of the red pill is to give the truth to men. Will some men use that truth in unchristian ways? Yes, of course. That's been true throughout all of
Yep.
human history. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Okay.
So, let me say this. I have one car. Most men have one car. Or a pickup truck or whatever. One vehicle. Now, a few have like more.
I'm being ground to the
But you can
dust and
all
paying for 3 on top of all my lawyer's fees.
yeah.
And all
How
the
many do you
insurance.
drive,
Yep.
Nick? How many do you have?
1. I drive fucking 1.
Okay. Okay, so you have one. You may be paying for more than one. But so this is an imperfect
On top of
analogy.
child support.
I want that car to function. I want to get in and turn the key. My car isn't the fanciest. It's not the fastest. I haven't traded up. It's a good functional car. Do I need more than one? Not really. I mean,
No.
as you get older, okay, maybe you got a sports car that you only drive in the summer and that's your baby, but you have
Or you got your
one
firewood truck.
reliable car.
Or you got your firewood
No,
truck.
exactly.
Yeah.
But the point
Yeah.
is, the vast majority of men don't need more than one reliable vehicle.
Absolutely.
And the more vehicles that you have, the more headaches you have in maintaining all of them.
No shit.
So most men want one reliable, decent woman. Doesn't need to be the sportiest model.
Love it.
Doesn't need to be the doesn't need to turn heads with other women or with other men. Doesn't need to be the most svelte woman. She just needs to be yours and be dependable and
a good
fork in a
Toyota or
storm.
Honda. I just compared women to cars. Hey, what's the mileage under the vehicle?
I was gonna say we compare women to cars all the time. How many bodies do you have? Okay, every body is 10,000 miles. Women, there you go. 12 bodies, 120,000 miles. Yeah, okay, you're getting up there. 100, yeah, you put a million miles on the car. Yeah, it's a rolling wreck.
No shit.
Yep. It's too much mileage.
Okay, Steve.
And it all happens 6 inches at a time.
Oh fuck.
Oh man, we've really gone downhill tonight, haven't we?
Oh damn, Steve. Yeah, that's Steve for you. Hey, Steve. I'm gonna give you a little pass the baton to you on this one. They end up
Okay.
saying, wow, we agree on the red pill truths. We have a problem with their prescriptions. What they do with the truth. This makes sense. If only using PUA as your scapegoat. However, when you interact with the MGTOWs, MRAs, and the traditionalists, red pill, they want to blame us for being extremely cautious in marriage when you have a divorce or deciding to not get married at all or only getting married but rejecting state involvement. Do they really care about your marriage, or are you a number for their agenda? Are the prescriptions really the problem?
People behave the same. Okay, we know of instances. Yeah, we talk about China under the communist days. Okay, and I'm going to go to the Catholic world here. There were Catholics in China under communist oppression who were not given priests or bishops and had to live underground. And okay, we can even go back in history, might be 1,000 years ago, where Christians were persecuted. They lived underground. And yet they maintained the faith. How did they have kids? How did they get married? Okay, if you're a Catholic in China and you had no priest, how did you get married? Oh, it's a problem. You did. Well, we'll overlook that because you didn't have that. So we make all kinds of terms. Oh, all kinds of excuses. Oh, in Germany was a Christian country. Yet, well, a lot of things happen during the 1930s, and the majority of people went along with it. So people will condemn anybody who's an outlier. And most people, even Christians, go with the flow. Those who stand against it stand out. And it takes courage to stand out and say, no, I'm not doing that. So they attribute beliefs to you because you're not being compliant and going with the flow. You're not conforming. You know what? I stand on principle. My principles are simple. They're the godly ones. Yeah, 10 Commandments. It's not values, folks. It's principles. And the attributes I look for in women are self-discipline, which doesn't come from her. It was instilled in her by her father. It's accountability. You can see that by her actions. And how do you see that by her actions? She has humility. Some kind of humility. If she knows everything and she's telling you what to do and putting on airs and condemning other people, she lacks humility. She's not a good woman. So, I don't know. Did I answer your question? The attributes that, or the prescriptions that they accuse you of, are not necessarily there. Probably not there. The vast majority of men do not have the ability to go out and bang a lot of women, no matter how much game they have. But the men who can do that do have some game. Does that make game bad? Come on.
No.
Are you a dimwit? Yeah, well, the answer to that is yes, if you're believing that.
Right. Game is not necessarily bad, as if logic is not necessarily bad, as a tank is not necessarily bad. It's what your purpose for it is.
So is the use of force bad?
Not necessarily. It could be.
Is the use of force good?
It could be.
So use of
Depends
force
on
is
the
neither good nor bad. Depends on what the reason you're
your
using.
end goal, your teleology, your morality is. Which assumes a metaphysic that unfortunately the PUA of the red pill doesn't want to admit. By the way, if you want to encounter that, we have several videos on that, which you should check out on our page on the Resurgence of Sanity, talking about morality and the red pill. Check them out.
Hey, Plutarch, you've been silent for a while. You must have
He
some
has
thoughts.
been.
Well, you two are working off each other pretty well. Do I need to step up and say something?
Yes.
Okay. Because I've actually just reading ahead on the notes here, and the counter
It's not much in there. Oh, counter arguments. I know where you're at now. Okay.
Well, I mean, that's kind of where you guys just you guys have been beating this point into the ground. So okay, and using car analogies, which I like. 6 inches at a time. Yeah, well, stacks up pretty quick.
That's a good lift, though. That's a good lift, though. That's a
Yeah,
decent
it
lift.
is. It is. So, you did this counter arguments list. You've got patriarchy, complementarian, and the reassertion of doom or black pill.
Double down, basically bullshit.
Yeah. Okay. Look, all of these people have their own pill. Christ pill. How we had fun shredding that last year. It was great fun.
No.
Also, that was Tim Gordon. Tim
Yeah.
Gordon is he is a tradcon, whether he's willing to admit that to himself or not. But he buys into the tradcon belief sets, and so yes, he gets patriarchy right. Would we?
And I love him for that.
Yeah.
And
Would
I
we
love
work
him
with
for
Tim Gordon? We would. But
Yeah.
we'd also turn around to Tim Gordon and say, knock it off with the red pill bashing. Why? Because
I'm going to defend Tim Gordon.
Of course you are.
Oh, shit.
Because
Here's the rolling.
He just laid a stream. He basically adopted all our talking points. All of them. Well, I haven't watched the whole thing. But then just condemns the red pill because of his belief in what the red pill is. And he's got the definition wrong. I would like to have, maybe I will invite Tim Gordon on our stream and we can have a discussion with him because we agree.
Does he
with Tim
commit
Gordon
the hasty
on many
generalization?
more things than we disagree with?
Does he commit the hasty generalization using
Well,
the PUAs?
Yes, but he's a
does,
man enough that if we call him out on that and explain it to him, I believe he's man enough to say, okay, you guys,
Well,
yeah.
he's welcome then. If
Yeah.
he does so, he's welcome.
I have faith in the man's integrity.
All right. We're not here to hate on people.
Well, more to the point, Steve, you said it earlier. We're here to build bridges. And if that means that we're going to build bridges with somebody who we've criticized before, then we will. Because here's the thing, you have to be able to take correction. We have to take correction too. And people, they'll say, "Oh, well, you just won't."
What is the red pill if you don't fucking take correction?
Right, exactly. And people will say, "Well, you guys don't take correction." Well, funnily enough, no one's tried. And
well, they've tried for me in private, but yeah.
Well, but okay, but there's one of the advantages of us being three men is we get to refine our arguments. We get to test them out. And the other two are smart enough to play devil's advocate. If you're going up against us, we've probably already worked out our arguments. Okay. Doesn't mean that you have something that we haven't heard before, but what that also means, and this is why I think in the Bible, it talks about when you're accusing somebody, there needs to be witnesses. Is
2 to 3 witnesses, yep.
Right? When you work together on something, a lot of stuff that we come up with, you guys never see. We look at it and we go, right. We look at it and we go, no, that's no. And we work on each other, right? We work on each other's ideas. So if you're part of being united is being able to criticize a person's idea with the intent to improve it without using your criticism as a lever to prove how pure you are. And I think this is where Christianity has gotten so far off track, is Christianity has become a tool to signal how pure you are. Look, Christians, all of you from all sects and denominations, if you think you are going to defeat the left by being more pure than the left, you have already lost. Civilization is already over. We're just watching it die. You must get over yourselves. You must work past this. And I do believe that is why Matt Walsh has come to that realization. The fact that he sat through the struggle session, and at the end of it, he went, "Nah, I'm good."
They don't give a fuck about your morality. Unfortunately, in the end, I know God's sovereign. He has a perfect morality. Amen. I love him. Love the Lord Jesus Christ. I love the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, the Trinity. Look, God designed the world to be governed, and some will submit, some will not. If you try to win it on just pure, yeah, you should be pure personally. I'll give you that. Okay. The people that hate God don't give a shit. Act accordingly.
Exactly.
There was a Christian movement, different than Puritanism. It was called pietism.
Well, are you talking about like German pietism?
Yeah, German and Norwegian and
Okay.
Swedish.
Mhm.
It was, don't use bad language. I guess there's some aspect of that in the Baptists. Don't play cards, don't go dancing. Those are bad activities. We are more holy than that.
You can't even
We
do it
don't
in
use
private.
bad words because we practice piety
Hey,
to
she can't
show
say, oh
our
God.
closeness
Hey,
with God.
Steve, she can't say, oh God, while you're plowing her.
Exactly.
Okay,
Because
now.
that's just the devil. That's why, Nick, that activity that you're alluding
Yeah.
to is for procreation only.
She
Because
can't
the
enjoy it.
pleasure comes from the devil. Because we are
The clitoris
practicing
is from the devil.
piety here.
The clitoris and G spot is from the devil. You heard it from Steve.
Yes. But I mean, seriously, when people say, "Oh, your conduct is bad," they're trying to purity spiral, which is basically the human pietism. Well, I should say it's reflected in the 1800s, late 1800s practice of pietism. It's
Victorianism?
no, it's pietism. It's men should be nice. Because if you're
Oh.
nice, you're more godly. So pietism is basically kind of ingrained in evangelicalism. And that's gotten us to where we're at. Pietism,
shit.
in some ways, has been taken as the opposite of masculinity. And when you diminish masculinity, you basically diminish patriarchy. And then egalitarianism rises, and then you know what that leads to?
Bullshit.
A clusterfuck.
Yeah.
No, a
Clusterfuck.
clusterfuck.
Okay. We talked about patriarchy in the Christ bill. Oh, just pray with your woman. For at night everything will work out well as you lead and succeed as a masculine man. Yeah, haven't seen results of that. Is it wrong to pray with your wife? No, but it automatically assumes something that you are the leader in the first place and that she is following your lead to pray at night. Okay, now the complementarian trad pill. It's part of, but even worse than the Christ pill. This is what I was sold, and this is the current selling point of the Turning Point USA, Charlie Kirk. Really, it was really a sad day to see what happened to him and all the fallout from that. I really, my condolences to his wife. Not trying to like denigrate anything he died for, anything, but if you just wife up these women, the red pill says women are act this way, but no. Yeah, some of that might be true, but I promise you, if you wife up a good Christian woman, and if you're a good enough man, she will submit to you and fulfill you. This is what I call the complementarian trad pill. This is one of the counter arguments against the red pill. What do you guys think?
You're saying that if you Jesus hard enough, God will do your job to manage your woman so you don't have to.
Can't she even be managed?
Yes.
That's more
Okay.
macho than I want to say, but yeah,
Yes.
most women, most
Yes.
modern day women cannot be managed. Can some?
I
Yes.
disagree. We started out with 1 Corinthians 7. There are no guarantees in there.
That's
But
true.
it didn't directly talk about it. But the man needs to be the man.
Absolutely.
And she still has free will and she can leave him.
Agency.
She should
Yep.
follow him. But nowhere in there did it say just Jesus harder and he doesn't
Oh
have
my
to be the
gosh.
man. So
Well,
be
if
the
you're
man.
the man, then you're
Be
a bad man.
be in charge. And you know what?
No,
It's
but you're
your
abusive
job.
then. No, you're
So be
abusive
it.
then.
You know what? Call me that.
I
Accuse me
was.
of that. I don't
I
give a
was.
shit any longer.
I don't anymore.
You know, I used to
Hey,
care. I used to
that's why
care
we're
about
here.
what people thought. I
don't
no.
I don't give a fuck anymore too.
So you know what? I'll be
Yeah.
who I am. And it used to in the King James, remember it used the word benevolent leader.
Yeah.
Okay. What causes me to strive to be a benevolent leader? It's my belief in God, that I'm accountable to God.
Yes.
To be benevolent to those under me, but to
Yeah,
lead and to
noblesse
do my
oblige.
job in the hierarchy.
Noblesse
So,
oblige.
you know,
Yeah.
she doesn't want to follow me. Fine. I'm
Get
not
the
going to
fuck out.
force her to follow me.
Get
But
the fuck out.
here's what I'm going to accept, and there's the door. What?
Yep, get the fuck
Okay,
out.
our affiliation. I'm gonna kind of call him a friend. He was more of an acquaintance. Thor.
He's a good man. I loved him.
What was his okay, not well, he said he wasn't a Christian man. At the end of his
But I
life,
think he
I don't
became
know. I'm
I
not going
think
to
he
say
became
at the end of his life because I don't know. He was moving in that direction. But in his non-Christian
I'll give
days.
him the benefit of the doubt. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Okay, whatever.
Okay.
But we don't
But
know
in
for
his
sure.
earlier days, when he didn't claim or assert himself as Christian.
No, he said he wasn't. He actually that's
Right.
one thing I
So what
respected
did he
from him
say?
was
He led.
he's like, I'm not Christian.
He
He said, I'm not
and he
Christian,
led
but
his
here's these
wife,
truths. Yeah.
and he said it was possible. But if she didn't want to follow, what was his attitude? There's the door.
Yep. He was about a
and
dominant
he
masculine
arrived at those
presence.
truths not from a Christian perspective.
No, he did not. Nor would I have expected him to at that point in time and where we were at theologically, historically. if he arrived at that in the early 19th, mid 19th century, I would have expected that all the way through like the first century AD, but it's not normative for our day at all. Most
So
Christians have been duped.
they have. You don't. Okay, here's another thing that's always just puzzled me. Back 50 years ago, you didn't need to be Christian to have a long-lasting marriage.
You never really did in the history of the world.
No, so that means the answer to fixing marriage isn't to become more Christian. Because
Yeah, exactly.
non-Christian people could
I've
still
been a
have
part,
long marriages.
and I've been a part of many Christian ministries, and I've been involved in that and try to support that. But over and over again, I've seen men improving, men humbling themselves before God, recognizing their faults, trying to do better. And what do the fucking women do? Absolutely fucking nothing. So then I started to realize, even before I got zeroed out, this will fuck people up. Everybody says, I even preach, like, actually, I do believe this, but I don't see it worked out. Based on our theology, we Christians should have the best marriages ever. I actually believe that.
Sure. I'll go with
This
you.
this is where this is where it pains me. Christians have the worst marriages ever.
Do you want to hear my theory on that, Nick?
Yeah.
Because Christians have embraced egalitarianism. And in your story, it's men who realize their weakness and who are acknowledging that and talking about that. You implied it was in the presence of their wife. He was showing weakness. And she was picking up on that weakness. And she does not value the man's humility. Get the women out of that. Men should be dealing with men only.
Yep.
And men can show weakness to other men because other men understand that, because I have dealt with that myself. Do not let women into those private conversations of men. Do not ever show your weakness to women, because
do not
they
attend
will.
the ministry. I'll tell you this. I did this for 3 years. It helped me personally. It fucked things up with her. She never humbled herself. Remove yourself from the ministry of re-engage. The men will humble themselves. The men will be honest. The women, 95% of the time, will just gain ammunition to fuck you over. They will
And
never
you
humble
know what?
themselves.
I don't know that, but there are parallel.
I was a leader. I was in the leadership of re-engage.
They're trying to fix marriage.
Yep,
Catholics,
they tried.
well, it's kind of secular Catholic. Retrograde,
It's the same shit. It's the same
it's
shit.
an encounter weekend where you go reconnect and you each show your weakness and tell the truth. Fuck that.
Yeah,
Poison.
she still won't fuck you. She still won't respect you. She won't fuck you. She won't respect you. Oh, but you will find faults that the men will find faults in themselves.
She will learn your faults because the man goes in with sincerity and honesty and humility. Because men can relate to humility, but the women will go in and learn his weaknesses and exploit them. But women will not. Women are not inclined to voluntarily be accountable. That's why
They
the
won't.
man is in authority and needs to hold her accountable.
And you can tell the church elders and the pastor to fuck off. Where are you?
Well-
How about you tell my wife to fuck me? How about you tell her to submit to me? Oh, you're just going to tell me I'm abusive. I'm controlling. How about fuck you and you can get the fuck out of my life? You're a piece of shit. You're not a pastor. You can go to hell with all the marriages you have condemned and all the single mommies you produced. Fuck you. And that's for you, the PCA. That's for you in the OPC. I fucking mean it. Fuck you. If you produce this, fuck you. And you have. Fuck you.
You know what?
By
I
the
think we need to bring this stream to a
that's
close.
too close. Yeah, Nick.
But
right.
let me say this.
Well,
Nick
I was
is
just
passionate. Nick is using righteous anger. Men, all men have this righteous anger. And in the past, I could have said the same things as Nick did. And it seems scary, like, oh, he's just losing it. No,
No.
he's not. This is
I'm telling you
common
the
with
truth.
men, but women don't like to see this kind of thing. This is another aspect that
I
scares
don't
women.
care.
When women
I
have
don't care.
when men show righteous indignation and anger, oh man, they can't handle it.
so Steve.
So yeah.
I've been quiet because Nick's been on a tear, and I'm just going to let him cook. That's part of it. My brother over there just needs to cook a bit, and he's in a better position to do it than I am. So I'll just let him do it. Before we close out, there is one more little bit of his notes that I would like to get said.
Thank you.
I'll just read it out. In actuality, the trad pill / Christ pill is just the blue pill, but more vicious and pernicious. Their propaganda and argumentation really is a rejection of the difficult reality and truth of women and associated systems of gynocentrism like family courts. They reject the descriptors, and this is a scheme to convince the masses, particularly men, to ignore the real risks of reality with the hopes and dreams of the blue pill, even to get men to plug themselves back into the matrix, to go back on the plantation and wipe up these women for cultural warfare and demographic numbers. And he brings up Cypher from the Matrix. Cypher, I know what you're thinking, because right now I'm thinking the same thing. Actually, I've been thinking it ever since I got here. Why, oh, why didn't I take the blue pill? You know, I know the steak doesn't exist. I know that when I put it in my mouth, the Matrix is telling my brain that it is juicy and delicious. After 9 years, you know what I realize? Ignorance is bliss. And that is what the trad pill and the Christ pill are. Just be ignorant of the descriptors of the red pill, the truths of the red pill. Go back to the plantation, wife up that whore who's going to divorce rape you and take your children because, hey, we got the line on the birth rate chart to go up. And you get to have a genetic legacy. Like, that's all they have to offer. You get to make a line go up and you get a genetic legacy.
Oh, man.
And Nick.
Plutarch, I got a question for you.
Okay.
Can you outline the path? No, I want to go back to that blissful innocence. Can you tell me what the path is from red pill back to blue pill?
Well, it isn't the Matrix. We can't just wipe your mind. The guys who do it end up with incredibly perverted theologies. It's purple pill is what it is. If there's a path, it's purple pill. But they're sitting there trying to incorporate the truths that they can accept into the blue pill framework of their church, because for them, the church and being in accepted by a group of people is more important than the bitter truth that women really are like that. So there is no real path back, but you can kind of fake it with the purple pill. And and you really are just, now you're lying to everybody. See, Nick, he's not lying to anybody. You guys tonight got an absolute display of pretty much everything that Nick believes on the subject. And you got his 100% real views on it. Okay. The purple pill guys cannot offer you that, because it's a mix of just enough truth to satisfy your hunger for the truth with just enough blue pill pablum to put you back to sleep. Okay.
I have to jump in here. You said something. Women are really like that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
You
the
might-
essence
hey,
of the red pill.
I will
Women
find
are
the
really
unicorn.
like that.
I will find the unicorn, man, and fuck you if you ever say I didn't find the unicorn.
Well, the church purple pill is exactly that. I will find the unicorn, and she will be a good Christian woman. Yeah.
See, that says, okay, I'm gonna distill it down. Red pill says women are like that. The Tradcon say not all women are like that.
Correct.
Red
yes.
pill says all women are like that. Now, with that belief that all women are like that, you have a choice. Oh, since all women are like that, I'm going to be a pickup artist and I'm going to exploit that.
And they're
You
largely
could be a
successful
MGTOW.
short term.
Since all women are like that, I don't want anything to do with them.
Yep.
Or you can say, I'm the Christian man. Yes, all women are like that. It's not bad. It's just the way they are.
Yep.
I
Reality.
can still love one. I can manage one. I need the skills to have one. I cannot totally control her to keep her, but I can do the best I can. But I don't have to entirely trust her and trust God to keep her for me. I can do the best that I can, but I still have to believe, yes, women are like that. I'm not going to deny that women are like that because it's the truth.
So Andrew dropped a great comment in here, and he
Thank
picked up
you.
where I left off. And your
Yep, he
failure to
understood.
find a unicorn is your own fault. This is where
This is where I'm accused, by the way.
which is ridiculous, because
How
go
about
back.
you find me the fucking unicorn then? Fuck you guys. Hey, find me the unicorn. I will wife her up.
Well, this is the vicious and pernicious part of the trad Christ pill. Okay, this is that vicious and pernicious part. See, the trad pill and Christ pill, they come in and they say, well, yeah, women, there's some problems with women. Like, they give you that cathartic release. Okay. But then the trad Christ pill comes in and says, aha, but here in the church, you will find the unicorn. And if you can't, it's because
fuck you.
It's well, and if you can't find her, they have a prescription for you can't find her. Oh, you didn't pray hard enough. You didn't Jesus hard enough. You didn't Bible hard enough. So your failure is not their fault. Okay. That is pernicious. That is the correct use of that word. They have an automatic out. I know you did. And I picked it, and I was picking up and running with that. Okay, so that's that's really the point here. And Andrew, I'm glad you picked this up, because there is the red pill and the blue pill, and that's what Cypher's getting at. He wishes he had taken the blue pill because ignorance is bliss, because the only other choice was the bitter truth. All these other pills, you're trying to have the truth and still hold to some belief, some part of your ideology that says women really aren't all like that. Or
wait a minute. I thought the church was a unicorn factory. So whatever comes in gets turned into a unicorn because they now love Jesus, accept him, are saved, and are a new person in Christ. And now they become a unicorn, and they're no longer like other women.
Okay, go watch. I will actually plug Plutarch's wife here. Watch her Anita Moorcat series. She is one of the rare ones. Plutarch found a unicorn. Part of it is his own red pilling her.
No, he didn't find a unicorn. He found a woman, and he manages her well.
Manages is the correct word.
True, but because of that, she's a unicorn. Because there's a man.
The church didn't make her that.
No, the church did not make my wife manageable. And that's what she is. She's manageable. That's it. That's all. Okay. Go ahead, Nick.
And she's a good woman.
She is.
But she needs to be managed, and she will agree with me on that.
Oh, she will. She needs to be disciplined. But anyways, watch her Anita Moorcat series on just talking about she gives these like acting. She takes on many faces and shows the reality of the church and trying to get men to buy into this traditional tradcon bullshit on wifing up all these fucked up women. There is a large amount of truth in her comedic series that I think men should watch. And she had a good father. She has a good husband, Plutarch here. And without that, I don't think she would be able to even produce the series. So, in that light, I think you should watch the series.
And a lot of what she writes, or a lot of what she does, I wrote. So a lot, seriously, a lot of the content she puts. I mean, we have stacks of notebooks, and we'll be talking about something over dinner or lunch, and then she'll just say, "Hold on, wait a minute." She'll run off, go find a pen, and then just start writing, and then I have to write her the script for the video. That's probably 60% of the videos, 60 to 70% of the videos she does.
But keep in mind, okay, here's probably the dynamic. She has an inkling of an idea. She talks about it. Women don't ever know where they're going. They talk in circles. And it's kind of a spiral, and then they get down to what they actually mean. So she has an idea, and it's a lot of talk. Gets kind of what she wants to say with a lot of input, and then okay, now how am I going to do this? So
this is the aftermath of our.
Is it her thought or is it Plutarch's? It's both.
No.
It's the conjunction.
And Steve and me in the aftermath after we end these shows on tonight and Saturday. She comes up with all these ideas, and you know what? Hats off to her.
So we help her refine her ideas.
We
doesn't mean the ideas aren't hers.
So Tacticus, yes, her bullshit folder is her own creation. I'm not I'm not much involved in that. I don't spend. I'm not an Instagramaholic. I have access to her Instagram, and I read the simpy messages because we have a good laugh over that. But she finds this stuff on her own, and so that's that. There are some aspects where I'm more involved than others. If it's her pushing a message out, I'm more involved in that. So, Nick, did we finally cover everything?
Yeah, man. Hey, but if you embrace the red pill, I'll give you this one. If you embrace the red pill, do you end up in an altogether another matrix?
No. Did Neo end up in an alternate matrix?
Excuse me.
No.
No. It's just a tradcon message. Excuse me. It's just another way of saying, wife up these women. You've been lied to by the red pill with no refutation of the red pill, right? Because they want you to wife up these women.
Mm-hmm.
The churches want children to carry on the cultural warfare. They want children to win the demographic battle. Was I one of them at a point in time? Yes, I was. I wanted to outbreed the Muslims. But what happened to me? What happened to Steve?
They're trying to sell you that the children are the ends. No. Children, yeah, they're a path to your legacy. It's the raising, the disciplining, the guiding your children, and what they produce. And you got to be around for that. And if you cannot be assured
I
of
wish I
that,
was. I wish I was.
I cannot advise a man to jump in, and it's a coin toss. It's 50-50. And of that 50-50, it's not your decision. Of the 50% chance you're going to fail, that's 80% of that is filed by the wife. It's not
Amen.
up to you. It's beyond your control whether you will
can't
be
do a fucking thing.
for your children's future. So how can we advise you to do something so foolhardy? I tell you what, you Christian people, send me $100,000. Now it's really big money. It's a lot of money. Send me $100,000, and I'll flip a coin.
Fuck.
And if it comes up heads, I'll send you back $101,000. If it comes up tails, I'm keeping the $100,000. But this is a really good deal.
Why are there no insurance companies involved in marriage?
Because the math makes it impossible to insure marriage. The actual aerial tables say you cannot insure a marriage.
Yeah.
And if
that
you
should
can't,
tell you something.
it absolutely should. And here's the other thing: you will see the trad Christ pill people out there selling, and we've called this before on the channel. They will try to sell you hypergamy insurance. Okay, what do they call that? Money, muscles, game. There are parts.
They don't like game though.
No, that's the red pill guys try to sell you money muscles game. The tradcons try to sell you
Money muscles.
just Jesus harder and pray with her.
Money muscles.
Money.
And maybe money muscles.
Yeah, they do. I
Yeah,
know they
maybe.
do muscles. I know they do muscles. They like muscles,
Yeah.
and they actually do like money. They don't want to talk about it, but look at all the trad wives who are married to dudes making 7-8 figures a year. Like, no, they like it. Okay, so here's why I said game. The right just has a different, or sorry, the tradcons just have a different definition of game. Their definition of game is Jesus her harder, pray her harder, Bible her harder. It's still an attempt to do something that looks like a game. It's Christian. It's Christian.
Christ bill.
Yeah, it's
That was
Christian game.
Christ bill.
Right.
Christ bill.
It's just Christian game. That's what I would say to that.
And I will say this, and you know what? If you're married and you have a woman, I do not wish in any sense of any way for your children and your family to be destroyed. I actually wish you the best. I really do. Unfortunately, the truth is difficult and something else. And I hope you can take the truth to better that marriage, better the outcome for your kids. That's like married red pill. But as Dalrock would say, look, are you still in it or are you not? And knowing that there's nothing you can do to stop her from pulling the plug.
Yep. Yeah, you can't. It's what Tacticus said. I threw it up on the screen. Today, marriage is a casino, and you're not the house.
Yeah.
So why would any rational man step in to the casino? Look, you can go to a casino, and if you say, I have $500, that's my play money, and if I lose it, nothing bad happens, so I'm going to go play. Okay? This is kind of where the pickup artists are. That's kind of what they're doing. They're saying, I will deal with women to this point and no more. The MGTOWs are saying, the MGTOWs just say, don't go to the casino, you'll lose your money. And they're not wrong either. Okay. The married red pill guys are.
We've already gotten into this.
Well,
we've already gotten into this. Let's do it the best we can.
Are high skill poker players who can actually beat the rest of the every one of these is a valid way of looking at it. Okay.
Okay. So I want to close this out. And I think this leads into your plan for next week. What are we going to talk about next week, Plutarch?
Oh, next week. So I'm up next week, and I actually had the idea, was unusual for us to have the idea before the end of our stream. So next week, we haven't done a really good nuts and bolts, how do we solve the problem stream? And we haven't done one in a while. So we're going to do one. I'm just calling it right now policy. We're going to look at a few different problems, and we are going to propose concrete solutions that history and data and observations, the red pill, say will actually solve the problem. Some of them you guys have actually already heard us talk about, but almost.
Wait, policy? Oh, the PUAs are bang them 304s. Policy of the MGTOWs are avoid them 304s. Policy of the Tradcons is Jesus them and marry those 304s. Which policies are you going to advocate?
None of them. Now, no. But when I say policy, some of it will be like, okay, here's the laws that need to go away, or here's the changes that need to be made. Like, okay, so we were on fire tonight, and we were bantering, and we were having. Next week is going to be much more boring, but the goal is to give you guys some things that you can advocate for and work for, because all this talking is useless if we don't start working towards changing it. And now there's a caveat there. If you have a specific policy goal and a specific implementation, you can advocate for that online. And I strongly encourage that you do. I do believe that what is coming, yes, I own boomsticks, but your Twitter account, your YouTube account, your Facebook account is going to be far more devastating to our enemies, and they are our enemies, than your boomsticks will. I love boomsticks, but this is not, this is a war of legitimacy, not of kinetics. And we need solid policy ideas to even have a hope of appearing legitimate. So that's next week.
And it's happening.
MRA
as we
Strike
speak.
Back.
The whole Overton window has shifted dramatically in the past year.
But
you got to think back. Masculinity is ascendant.
But Steve, here's the thing. If we don't have solutions to offer those people who are sliding back into the Overton window, we will lose them. It will go back the other way.
Yes, and what do we do on our stream?
Dissect problems and offer solutions.
3 to 6 months ahead. We're saying where it's going, and we're providing guidance where we're saying, okay, here's a movement. We're identifying it, and we're saying this is where it's going to go, and we're kind of guiding where it should go.
I hope we're guiding where it should go. That's the real leverage. But even seeing in advance of where things are going is useful, because we can give, because then we can give you guys tools to go out on the internet and advocate for things with, or not on the internet, with your own friend groups, at your churches, where at your bars, wherever you hang out. Because here's the thing, Rollo's absolutely right. When you tell people something, you have to tell them what he says. Feel. I say feel and think, or just think. You have to tell them what to think about it. So when you come in, like, the right is winning right now, but if we don't tell them what to do about it, how to do it, we're going to lose them. People are looking for somebody to solve the problems. Offer them solutions.
And we're going to give you things to think about ahead of time. You've already done the mental processing. You know what you believe and what you think. And then when these things come up, you're not reacting in the spur of the moment. You've already thought it through, and you know where things are going, and you know what you believe, and now you can talk intelligently on that and influence them. That's huge.
Far more effective than a boomstick.
Yes, exactly. To bring it back to where you started. So,
all right.
I've said everything I wanted to say tonight.
I'm good, guys.
You're good. It's been a long one. This was a real one.
I did not expect it to be long at all.
Yeah, no. In the chat, he said, "Oh, this will be a short one. My notes are short." Like Nick was like, "This will be an easy one." I don't think this was an easy one for any of us, especially Nick, unfortunately. But
this was great.
It was a good one.
We had so much banter. We can be regular guys. I swear we can be regular guys sometimes.
All right. So we will see you all next week. If you have questions about anything you heard, drop us a comment. If you like what you heard and want to hear more, drop us a subscribe. Yes, you can go listen to my wife do girl gossip on Saturday. And yeah, with that, we will see you all next week.
There was a firefight! Son of a bitch!